to our digital line. Who do we have? Heather. Good morning to you, Heather.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I could be better.
Hmm. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so today, 8 days, last week Tuesday, I came in to Norman Manley International along with my severely autistic son.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped at the KFC in Harborview,
Mm-hmm.
and bottom line is my handbag was taken.
Oh.
It was not a small bag. It was a big gray tote, and it contained, most importantly, my son's medication
Hmm.
that was gone. In addition to pertinent personal documents, I recently lost my husband, and I came back to deal with his affairs.
Mm-hmm.
So everything pertaining to our lives, both U.S. and Jamaican, was taken. All my titles, things pertaining to his death, um, letter of authorization from the state of Pennsylvania, U.S. and Jamaican bank and credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
social security cards, birth certificates, marriage certificates, everything pertaining to my life. I was left without anything to identify me
Mm-hmm.
or my son.
Wow. All
Thousands
right.
of dollars, U.S. dollars, over 17,000 Jamaican dollars, jewelry, phone, everything.
All right. And you reported it to the police station close
Yes.
by? Yes. And is there an investigation ongoing, or have you heard from the police?
Dragging our feet, basically. However, they did say it was okay for me to air it.
Okay.
The thing is, at this point, I'm not interested in pressing charges.
Mm-hmm.
I am broke, but I don't care about the money. The documents, some of which cannot be replaced,
Mm-hmm.
and my son's medication
Yeah.
are, my primary focus at this time.
All right.
So, if they could just, whoever it is, take it back to the KFC, drop it off at a police station, ask somebody to do it, but put it somewhere that I can see, because I can't do anything. I can't do anything. So if they could, I really would appreciate it. My son's needs his meds, and I need to deal with my husband's stuff, but I have nothing to work with, and these documents are of no use to you. So
Yeah. All
no
right.
charges.
Just
No
remind
charges,
us of the brand of the bag, the color, and
It's okay. So it is a DSW tote. It's a free bag that I got, but it's a big tote with, it's gray and it looks like wool on the outer part. The
Mhm.
bottom is leather with another zipper area to the bottom of it, and it's big.
So it's a
And
big gray DSW tote.
Yes,
On the outside it looks like there's wool there.
it looks like wool. The gray area looks woolly.
Okay. If you or you if or you know the person who stole this bag,
I know the accomplice. I can identify the accomplice.
you've seen footage.
No, I encountered him twice, so I know I haven't seen the footage as yet. But I encountered the distractor twice.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you, this is really difficult, but if you know the person who stole this bag, if you are the person who stole this bag, Heather here is asking for the documents. Most importantly, they are of no use to you. The documents belonging to her, her husband, and her son, and her son's medication. They are of no use to you. Whatever else you found, the money, the jewelry, whatever else, Heather is saying, by all means, go with it. If you want to return it, that would be great. But the documents and her son's medication, she needs them back. If you I'm just thinking how where the police would be at this point. Michelle is saying, if you could tell us what the name on the documents are, because maybe the those who stole it may have discarded of it along the roadways or somewhere else. So maybe someone else would have found it. What name?
All the documents would be reflecting my name or my husband's name, Lennox Carty, Heather Carty,
Okay,
Stephen Carty.
Heather Carty, Lennox Carty, and Stephen Carty.
Yes.
Those are the names that you would be seeing on these documents. If you see some stray documents on the road reflecting these names, please bring it to probably back to the Harborview police station if they're close by. Just bring it to the nearest police station, and maybe if you wish also, you can contact Nationwide. Let us know so that we can get in contact with Heather to tell her where to pick up her documents. But please, I would love to know though if the police, if they are working with KFC to look at the cameras, because I know that they must have cameras in there to
They are
see
in receipt.
off the footage.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I hope that will bear some fruit. But in the meantime, if you know someone who, if you know the person who stole the bag, it's a gray DSW tote. The the gray area looks a bit woolly. There's leather at the bottom, and it's a big gray bag. If you know the person who stole it, please let them know that they just need to return the documents, or let somebody drop off the documents, or do something to ensure that Heather gets the documents and her son's medication. Alright, so I'm going to ask you to stay on the line, Heather, so that we can get your contact information, just in case anybody reaches out to say that they may have found something.
Thank you.
Alright, oh boy. And especially in this time, nobody wants to be facing all these problems at this time of year. As Heather said, she also recently lost her husband. So please, 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 if you are in possession of the lady's documents, just return them. You cannot use them. Just return them along with her son's medication. It would be also great if you could return the other contents of the bag. But if you've already sold those things, please just bring back the documents and her son's medication. Alright, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we continue taking your calls.
Ridge is having a Christmas sale. From December 8 to December 31, save on chandeliers, wall lamps, ceiling fans, and LED bulbs. Come shop and save with up to 40% off this Christmas. Visit us in Kingston, Mandeville, Montego Bay, and Draxall. It's the Fosterage Christmas Sale, December 8 to December 31. Open Sundays.
Hey Daddy, have you heard about Mother's Bakery's new Christmas treats?
Oh, you mean their Christmas cake, right?
Yes, they've also got a new sorrel cake. It's only available at Pressmart and select supermarkets for the season.
Sorrel cake? That sounds deliciously festive.
Right? Mother's Bakery knows exactly how to bring those holiday flavors we love.
I'm getting them all. Perfect for holiday gatherings or just cozy nights in with my little bunanunos.
This season, Daddy, it's all about Mother's Bakery.
You're listening to a rebroadcast of the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Alright, you're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We are gonna pause on the calls for a bit, and we're gonna go to Inside Customs. When Inside Customs is done, we come back and take a few of your calls.
Welcome to Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
welcome to Inside Customs. I have with me Andre Williams. He's the Chief Information Officer at the Jamaica Customs Agency, and today he joins us to discuss J-Swift. Good day, Mr. Williams. How are you?
Good day to you, Siobhan. I'm happy to be back here.
And I'm happy to be here with you again. So please, Mr. Williams, explain to us firstly, what does J-Swift mean?
Right. J-Swift stands for the Jamaica Single Window for Trade. And that is a digitized environment, an ecosystem that has been provisioned. The Jamaica Customs Agency is the lead implementing and operating agency for the single window. And we do this in partnership with the other regulatory government agencies. And by that I mean the 20 plus agencies who have a responsibility to issue a permit, a license, or a certificate, or any other form of approval for goods to either enter or leave the country.
Interesting. And when you say 20,
yes.
I think this is what will bring this home to listeners. We're talking about 20 different agencies that you may have to interact with in order to get your business done. Now, explain to our listeners how J-Swift now makes that process simpler.
All right, perfect. So, as we rightly said, there are a lot of regulatory agencies who have oversight for specific items. So, you know are required to make an online application. So, you need to know what the requirements are to import, for example, a motor vehicle, or pharmaceuticals, or any other chemicals. So these agencies provide a service by way of an online application, which is now available through J-Swift. With supporting documents, you are able to make your payments, and that electronic application is routed seamlessly to one or more government agencies as is required. That application is immediately received by them, and they have the ability to review your application. If there are any additional information that they need or documents, then they can also request that of you through the system. You'll be able to respond, and once it's approved, you will get your electronic approval. So you'll get the notification, and in addition to that, the information is immediately passed to the customs system. What that means is that you're pretty much ready for clearance of those goods once they arrive in the country.
Interesting. So this is essentially a one-stop shop where you as an importer can go to the Jamaica Customs Agency and manage every aspect of that process without pulling your hair out.
Well, you're not visiting us. That's the better part. Yes. So you're going online. So the public URL is jswift.gov.jm, right? So literally you're browsing from your home or your office or from your smartphone, and you're able to know access to services online. Thus far, we have 13 agencies whose services have been fully digitized and are now available within that ecosystem. And as you mentioned, it even includes track and trace. You can see what is happening. How long is your application taking to be processed? And then, of course, you can interact with that government agency. So it's really about greater efficiency, transparency, and accountability on our part in delivering a joint service to the public. And I also want to mention, Siobhan, that this ecosystem also covers the business needs for our clients. And by this I mean that, let's say you're a company and you have logistics persons, you have persons who are have the responsibility of making payment, you also have persons who have the responsibility of making applications. All of these permissions can be established within this ecosystem. So it's not just about going on and apply. You are able to, if you're a company, to authorize the employees and who can access what service. Also, if you have a customs broker, you can also establish that relationship within the system as well. So it's an ecosystem which covers the needs of the business to ensure that there's accuracy, there's transparency.
And how well does this platform scale? Because you have large-scale importers,
yes,
major companies, but you also have the little guy who is probably trying to dip his foot into the pond to see if he can make a little money here and there through importing certain items. How well does this scale from individual to large-scale company?
So from the largest company in Jamaica to the smallest one. So even you as an individual, if it is that, for example, you're importing a particular product which requires a health permit, or you may require an authorization from the Ministry of Agriculture. For example, persons may import seeds and other fruit items for personal use. you are able to register your personal account and then apply it to the agency. So it covers all parties who will require the service of that particular government agency for any item that requires a previous approval.
And does JSwift assist an individual who might be not so au fait with what permits they will require, but to identify which agencies they need to interact with?
Right, interesting question. So we really focus on the category of the product rather than the agency. So when you go in, you will see a list of services and not necessarily a list of agencies. And by that we mean that, for example, if you're wanting to import a motor vehicle, right, once you've created your account, you will see the motor vehicle import permit application, and then it will tell you exactly what are the documentary requirements, and will also the form, online form, will tell you what information is required. So you'll complete that form, upload the supporting documents, and then of course be able to make payment. And you'll have your number, reference number, and you'll be able to track that online. And of course the system has the notifications which immediately notifies you of whether it is that there's a request for additional information as mentioned before, or that it has been approved.
Very useful.
Yes.
And with this kind of convenience, though, I assume it comes with a cost to the person utilizing it?
I think you're asking all the right questions. You know? So there's no additional cost to the public for using these online platforms. Of course, this is a GOJ initiative. It is to improve on the efficiency of the services, all right? And of course, as you mentioned, we, the JCA, are the host and operator, and the services are free of cost. Let me say it again. The services are free of cost. So apart from the requisite fees for the permits, there is no additional cost for using the platform.
Very useful. And for people who might have been long in the business, aren't used to the very digital tools in terms of getting started, is the customs agency able to assist them to get started with using a digital platform?
Yes, indeed. So we have, and just to say what the community is like, we have in excess of 10,000 registered users ranging from companies to individuals, and that includes importers and exporters. We ensure that we do have a YouTube learning channel, Learning JSwift. So persons who are interested in using a particular service can find the how-to videos on our YouTube channel. We also have an e-learning environment as well, which supports persons who want an in-depth knowledge of how this service works. And of course, you have services that may be more intricate than others, right? For example, pharmaceutical products are, for example, chemicals as well. Those will require a little bit more detail. So we have the videos which will guide you, and we also have a fully staffed client relations team who are ready, willing, and available to provide additional information to those who will require that.
Very, very good. And just to wrap up, Mr. Williams, explain again to the listeners how they can access this platform if they're interested.
Right, so we are inviting persons to visit our website. It's jswift.gov.jm. Right, and of course, as we mentioned, we now have services for 13 agencies. So I'll just mention a few: the Trade Board Limited, the Ministry of Agriculture, both veterinary services and plant quarantine, the Sugar Industry Authority, Dairy Development Board. We also have the Pesticide Control Authority, JACRA, who has oversight for the spices, chocolate, and other regulated commodities. And the newest agency to be onboarded is the Ministry of Health, the Pharmaceutical Regulatory Affairs Branch, for pharmaceuticals and any other controlled substance within the remit.
Thank you again, Mr. Williams. He is the Chief Information Officer at the Jamaica Customs Agency, and he's been providing us with useful information about JSwift, their one-stop shop to make your importation needs easier. Have a good day, sir.
Same to you.
That was Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Tis the season to be jolly here at Creative Building Finishes. Deck your halls with our porcelain, ceramic, mosaics, natural stone, and luxury vinyl tiles. This holiday season, Get merry with discounted prices on selected items when you shop at Creative Building Finishes. Visit us at 5 Red Hills Road. Call 876-929-5553. Get tiled, get creative this Christmas.
The management and the staff of the Jamaica Customs Agency extend the very best wishes to you and your family for a safe, peaceful, and enjoyable holiday. Whether you're effecting clearance at the port, traveling to and from the airport, or undertaking other transactions, we urge you to travel safely, use good judgment, and stay within the speed limit. We thank you for your support throughout 2024 and look forward to a healthy, prosperous, and productive new year. Happy New Year! From Jamaica Customs.
Are you ready for it?
Revo. Coming soon.
You're listening to a rebroadcast of the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning to you. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton, and we're taking your calls inside the Consumer Hour this morning. The numbers to call 876-630-9371, that goes up to 4, and 618-8255. We got Wesley on the phone line. Good morning to you, Wesley.
Good morning, Nora, and season's greetings to you.
Season's greetings to you as well.
Good, and to all the members there at the number one station, NNN, right?
Big up everybody at NNN.
Every
Season's
time.
greetings to all of you.
Not
from
sure if I will get to talk to you before the Christmas come, except you're going to tell Miss Ruthlin to give me one of the big Christmas voucher this year, on Friday.
Me, I'm going to tell her to just give you.
Just tell her to just give me one big one for Christmas,
Ruthlin.
you know? Right. All right. Listen, Nora, when we call and complain, you see, when we get good news, we're supposed to call back and share it, not true?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, man, the last time I spoke with you, I told you that I couldn't get through to my MP. Yeah, man. You know my MP, Honorable Xavier, man. Yeah, man. And that very morning, I heard from him.
Nice.
And it was good.
Good.
Yeah, man. And we are having good communication.
Very good.
Even this morning we spoke.
Nice.
Right. And he shared with me that he was sending messages to the wrong number.
Oh.
Right. I have that number, but it doesn't work well.
So you see, it's good to hear the other side of the story.
Yes, I accept, and we are in good grace.
Good.
Right, and so I called this morning to say thanks to him to reach out to me, and we plan to keep it this way.
Good, very good. And
right.
And I must add to that I think he also did reach out to Miss G, I think her name is.
Right, Miss G.
Right, yes. So I think he did get in contact with her as well. So MP Xavier Main, thank you for your quick response, sir, and keep up the communication with your constituents.
Right, and he wasn't listening to the program the morning, but one of his colleague minister heard me on the show, and he called him, and I spoke with both of them.
Okay, good.
Right.
Very good.
Things seem to be turning the other
good.
In a positive way, all right?
All right. Any road start fixing your constituency?
No,
not yet.
I mean, me never hear say we are going to get none before Christmas. Me only hear Mr. Samu that say some road down the Lime all year and so forth I come before Christmas. So I hope those persons down there seeing it already.
All right. Very good.
But still hoping. As a matter of fact, I spoke with my counselor too after that.
Nice.
Right. I
love that.
I spoke with him, and we are hoping for the best.
Good. Very good.
Right.
Good news this Christmas. Love that for you and your MP. I hope he keeps it up and continues to do some good work in the constituency. All right, MP Xavier Main.
Right.
All the
because
best to
you.
You.
Once me complain when me not get favorable response, if it come, me not be ungrateful, me I will talk.
That's right. Very good, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for calling.
All right.
Yeah,
All the
man.
best, man.
All right, take care.
Thanks. You.
Stephen, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bantan.
Good morning. I'm not hearing you so clearly, Stephen. You're breaking up.
Hold on. You can hear me now?
Go on, let me hear if you come through clear now.
You can hear me now?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, good. Can give me a help and patch me through to flow. Because we need one technician up on here.
Hold on there, before you continue. Where's some of the patch into flow?
Yeah, man, more one technician for
say the straight line to flow it now work though. We don't know, the line we have where we can put it on hold and connect it back to flow. I think it'll work, I think it'll work. We have to go look on it.
Okay.
But I don't mean but we don't have a line to patch you into flow, Stephen. We can take your information and reach out to them and ask for some assistance on your behalf.
Because
what is the issue?
The issue I may have, this now is December. From October, the second week almost the last. Right? I pay them for October, right? Now, at December we in from that time till now I don't have no internet on my yard. So 1 month I go along now.
From what you say, from October?
Yeah.
But I'm more than 1 month that.
Let me try to show you. I make a 4 times I go to the office and make report and say I need a technician to come check out the internet. And I report them down there and they say they send it to the technician them. No technician now come here to sort out the internet.
Is it an issue in the area or are you the only one having an
issue?
Yeah,
the only one that have an issue. So for sure. Everybody else around me have internet.
Alright. So you're saying you've been asking for a technician to come from October?
From October, because October I go out and I tell them so I paid them already, so I'm not supposed to have problems. Send a technician, they say they don't send it. October pass and November finish, I'm still not seeing no technician.
And December almost finished too. Where are you located? Where are you?
St. James.
In St. James. Norwood in St. James. Alright. So we can take your information and we can give it to Flo. Are you still receiving your bill?
Yeah, they send the bill.
And you're paying it, right?
I tell them they can't pay for something and I get the service.
May I tell you? I'm telling. Hold on. May I tell you from now, Stephen? I may be straight up with you. Them are gonna give you a problem for that. You hear? Them are gonna tell you so you need to pay the bill. May I tell you straight up? No, that's their policy. So you have to continue paying your bill even though you're without the service, and then when it is reinstated, then you give you a rebate. Remember, you have to ask for the rebate. Ask for then I'll give you. Make sure you apply for it. All right, but you need to pay a bill. So I just tell you from now. Say if they do get to you, they're gonna ask you why you haven't been paying the bill. All right. Alright, good. So stay on the line and give Michelle your information, your account number, where you're located and all of that, a contact number for you. We'll give it to Flo and hopefully they can get a technician to you so you can have some internet for the Christmas. Alright? Alright. Who else do we have on the phone lines? Miss May, good morning to ya.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am doing good. How are you?
Compliments of the season.
Same to you, my dear.
Yes, I have a problem with the Chinese people in Jamaica.
The Chinese people, like all of them?
No, not all, but most of them.
What's the issue with the Chinese people in Jamaica?
Look, I've been using a lotion made in the US from quite a while. It's RUBBE.
Ruby, yes.
And I run out, so I was passing this Chinese store in Black River. So I went in there and saw the same product, my dear. So I decided to buy it because I know it's good, it's nice. When I go home and try to open it can't open. When I take off the top, it seal it like a take it like what seal the alcohol, you know that seal the alcohol. That's what I have to buy it, and I never have it when I buy the regular one. When I try to take out the lotion, no, nothing coming out. I squeeze the bucket, nothing. When I do take off the cork, it's something like a paste in it. Not name lotion, and it's still the same label mark, made in the US, and the same American flag.
I don't want to say it's a fake product because there are times that maybe they have a bad batch, so I can't jump to conclusions. Just
it not have no smell. It not nothing to compare the lotion that I'm accustomed to use at the bottom of the other.
Where is it? Is that where you usually buy it?
That's what I said. The way I used to buy it, I didn't go there because I was passing this store.
Okay.
So I went in and saw the same product. So I thought it was the same thing.
So did you bring it back to the store that you bought it at?
I didn't bring it back.
That's what you should have done.
Because if the same thing, they're going to give me the same thing and it's the same
no,
thing.
But you don't know that. No, but you haven't taken much steps to rectify the situation yet, Miss May.
Nora, I tired to buy this China thing and it's not good.
So why you go back there if you're tired of these China things?
That's not the store I go back there. That was I'd be the first I've been into that one.
But Miss May, to be fair though, the right steps to take as the consumer is to bring back the item with your receipt.
I don't even know whether I'm not going to take it back without.
No, you don't know that. You don't know that.
Yes, I've been there already. I've been to.
And you've had to return. No, you've been to that store and you've had to return something.
No, but I say I've been.
Yes, so you can't. No, we can't assume.
All right, I still have it because I don't use it.
Bring it back.
I would love you to get the Bureau of Standards, go around and check these stores because they are counterfeit. No.
Yes, but remember also, Miss Mia, I know that you're calling to bring light to the situation, you know. But remember, as customers, we have some duties as well as consumers. We also have some duties. So one, if you bought a product from a store and it's not up to standard, it's a product that, especially if it's a product that you are accustomed to purchasing, maybe not from this place, your first step as the consumer is to return it with a receipt. And maybe you can't find the receipt, but maybe they'll remember you, I don't know, sometimes that happens. Return it and let them know that this one is faulty. They may have an exchange policy or they may have a refund policy.
They don't have none.
But Miss May, you do.
Hold on. No, stop. Let me do it. I bought a charger for my phone at the store, just like today, and tomorrow it's not working.
In that same store?
No, man, on the train store, but same Chinese store. And I had my receipt this time, but it was 4 days, about 5 days. They said I can't take it back, change it because it's 5 days. 5 days. My $1,500.
Yeah, that's their part. You see, the thing is though, but you see, we've become accustomed to just going around and buying things, and it usually works. So we don't usually check these things. The stores, they have a policy, they have a refund policy, they have an exchange policy. The warranty on the charger is 5 days.
Then don't have none now.
Yeah, but how could they have told you that it's past 5 days? That's because that's their policy.
Right, so how, and it worked for the 5 days, and the 5 days, so you're going to buy a thing for 1,500 and you're going to last for 5 days? That makes sense? Bureau of Standard need to go check these things because...
And our responsibility as consumers, Miss May, is to also report these matters. Have you reported it to the Bureau of Standards? Have you reported it to the Consumer Affairs Commission?
That is it. That's why I'm calling, Miss.
No, but this is not the Bureau of Standards or the Consumer Affairs Commission.
I know you can help me. That's why.
No, but you have. You see that, and that's my issue. We don't take the steps as consumers, as customers, and then we complain.
What step could I take now?
You need to report it as well.
How should I don't know
make a call to the Bureau of Standards, make a call to the Consumer Affairs Commission, let them know that you purchased this lotion from this place, ensure that you know where the place is or the name of the place if
can I find the number?
Online or in the directory.
Okay, you have it there now. Could you give me?
No, I don't have it here now.
Oh, okay, no problem. I will say the directory. I
Yes.
don't have the online, please.
Yes, and call them and report the matter.
All right, then, thanks.
All right, no problem. We take a break, and when we come back, we will continue taking your calls.
It's the most wonderful time. No need to fuss or fight. It's Total Tools Christmas brought a bundle, oh so bright. Landscapers, mechanics, painters, and more. Plumbers, DIYers, and homeowners galore. Tradesmen, workers, and entrepreneurs too. Massive savings catered just for you. Quality tools and a treat in store. We appreciate you. That's for sure. Merry Christmas. Come see what's in store at Total Tools. We've got you covered more and more.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the spirit of Christmas and the end of another year. On behalf of the Affairs of the Heart team, we want to wish all our committed special sponsors, Supermed Pharmacy, Durex Condoms, ABC Electrical Sales, and Teeth Ethics Jamaica, a very Merry Christmas. Your invaluable support has meant the world to us, and together, we look forward to making 2025 an even more beautiful journey. To our dedicated listeners and YouTubers, what could we do without you every Tuesday night? We greatly appreciate your listenership and viewership, and together, we will share the stories in 2025. To our guests, who make everything happen between 9 to 10:30 p.m., you bring the vibe and the vibrancy, and we owe you a debt of gratitude for your time and all the info you have shared. To all of you and the wider Jamaica and the world, Merry Christmas and a happy, productive, safe, and healthy 2025 from Affairs of the Heart, right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Are you ready for it?
Revo. Coming soon.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also, tune in to the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:45.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
You're listening to a rebroadcast of the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide and 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We are still taking your calls, but just before I go back to the phone lines, I want to say happy birthday to Sandra Miller. She is Minister Horace Chang's Executive Secretary. Happy birthday to you, Ms. Miller, and it's coming from Charlie, Ronaldo, Joan, and Winsome. Happy birthday to you, Sandra Miller. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy your birthday, enjoy the rest of the week, and enjoy the holiday season. It's nice to have a birthday at this time of the year. I think the perfect time to have a birthday in December is the 20th and above. No, 20 kind of close to Christmas thing. Probably like now and above. Anytime after that, the gift them have to come in at one. But Sandra should get a birthday gift, and then when Christmas comes, she can get a Christmas gift as well. Yeah, it's a nice time in December to be born. Good. Happy birthday to you, Miss Miller. All right, we go back to the phone lines. O'Neill, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Nora.
How are you, O'Neill?
Well, I'm not too bad, enough. Merry Christmas to you when it comes.
All the best to you too for the holiday season.
Yeah. I'm a first-time caller.
Thanks for calling.
I didn't want to try to get this side clip. But I didn't get him last week. And now I'm off, so I just try and get the first person that I get.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a problem, you see. About almost near 20 years now, I'm trying to look for a passport.
20 years?
Yeah, almost that amount of time. When I go, then told me that when I go to pay for the passport,
yeah,
then tell me that somebody traveling already in the same exact name. Same exact mother name, same hospital. So you say, how can we come by that? So now, by the time they check it out, I find out that since my mother died, I found out that her alias name ended up on the birth paper.
Since your mother's death, her alias name.
Is on the birth.
So the name, your mother's name on your birth certificate is not her correct name.
Yeah, so they tell me that one of the names, just one single name. So they tell me that I must do.
Hold on, what do you mean one name? As in her first or middle name, one of those?
Her first name.
Her first name is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do the affidavit, and now that I go back and try to get with the passport now, Them tell me that I didn't know that they're doing investigation. So the policeman tell me that they do the investigation and was waiting on me. How long? And nobody gave me a call. So now I go and try to do back the procedure as a first timer.
Mm-hmm.
And so the system flagged me. So they say within 2 weeks time they will call me back. And up to now is about 9 months and all now the 2 weeks don't come.
No, so hold on. So what became of the investigation? What did they tell you that they found after the investigation?
They don't tell me that they found anything.
So the police just told you? Where did you encounter the police for them to tell you that they were doing an investigation?
The immigration officers that upstairs.
They told you that the police did an investigation?
He tell me that the police officer that sent the detective that sent me to law, and next detective tell her that if he do the
investigation, yes, and what?
Yeah. And they don't tell me what procedure, if they find the person or not.
So what were the instructions that you got after that meeting with the immigration officer?
They said then we call me back in 2 weeks so that I can come and pay for the passport.
So at what point did you say what you said you went and applied again as a first time? At what point did you do that? After you didn't receive a call back from them?
Yeah, after I didn't receive
No, but you shouldn't have done that, because now they're going to flag you, because you've already tried the process and you found an issue where someone was using your name and likeness on a passport that already exists. They are investigating the matter. You should have, even though you haven't heard from them, what you should have done was gone back to say, hi, this is my case. What's the update? Don't try go apply again, because they're going to flag you. No, but, okay, well, fair, you didn't know.
Yeah,
but that's going to put up even further red flags for you, because they're going to say you knew that someone was there was an issue with your passport, and you're still trying to apply fresh again, as if you're trying to go around the system, because that's how it looks.
Okay, I didn't understand that.
Right. So, all right. So, what we're gonna, well, we need to find out where they are with the investigation, well, or why they haven't called you back since the 2 weeks.
Now it's about 9 months.
Okay.
Going.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get in contact with someone at PICA for you. Quite a story here, but let's see if we can get in contact with someone from PICA. Please stay on the line. Give us your correct name. Did you get any kind of case number or anything like that?
No, I just have the detective name.
Okay. As much information as you have, stay on the line and give it to Michelle. We'll send it over to PICA and see if we can get a response for you, okay? Please note, though, it's the Christmas season and everybody's kind of winding down, so hopefully somebody can look at it before. All right? Okay. That's quite a story there. Lots of you know what? All the best to you, O'Neill. That's where we're going to leave it for the Consumer Hour this morning. We're going to make way for Cliff Hughes online.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton. That was a rebroadcast of the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Design Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Design Privacy.
Are you ready for it?
Revo. Coming soon.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also, tune into the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
Hi there. Here's some good news for these trying times. Quote, "By God's word, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my dark path." Unquote. Psalm 119, verse 105. Listen for God's Word weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis. Weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
As a parent, you give your children a good start in life. You nurture, protect, and guide them. Parenting is a process that prepares your child for independence. As your child grows and develops, there are many things you can do to help your child. Stay tuned to The Big Show, Nationwide this morning, for parenting tips. Fridays at 6:53 a.m. Only here will you learn everything you need to know about parenting. Tips to help parents navigate the incredibly challenging and rewarding journey of child rearing. Parenting tips on Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
10 o'clock.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me like a rock. I was something to see like a rock. And I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all. I still believed in my dreams.
Our phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. Or find us on Facebook at Nationwide News Network and follow us on Twitter at Cliff Nationwide. You can also listen to Cliff Hughes online live on the World Wide Web at nationwideradiojm.com or via the Nationwide 90 FM app on your mobile phone. Now, here's your host, Cliff Hughes.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's get to work.
Cliff says, what's on his mind? Unfiltered analysis and commentary.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. And I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall.
Morning, 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 morning. Thank you so much for joining us here. Today is the day when we'll hear who will succeed Dr. Nigel Clark as the country's next finance minister. We are aware that Dr. Clark will vacate his position as of midnight tonight. We heard that yesterday at a farewell for him in his Northwest St. Andrew constituency. He will depart Jamaica on Thursday, October 31, to assume his new job, that of Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, in Washington, D.C. We expect that at today's sitting of the Parliament, the Finance Minister will make his farewell address to the Parliament, and that we may hear at that time who will be succeeding him. Yesterday, last evening at that meeting at the Pembroke Hall Community Centre in his constituency, the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, made a political speech that was really, having listened to it, it seems like the campaign stump speech that is upon us now, where he basically told us about the achievements and strategies that he has pursued over the last 10 years. The Prime Minister spent some time not only thanking Dr. Clark, but also using the occasion to talk about the philosophy that has guided the work of himself and Dr. Clark over the last 10 years. He spoke about them being born after independence in 1962 and how important it was to fix the economic fundamentals of Jamaica in so better managing the economic and financial affairs of the country, and also build beg your pardon, and also building the institutions to really protect what they were setting out to do. And it was quite a listen. He, that's the Prime Minister, made a point about how Jamaica had been badly affected by what he calls PNPism, where some people, that somehow that PNPism had spread throughout the country into a thinking that says, listen, the world owes you something, and not that you will eat and benefit from the brow and the efforts of your work. We're going to hear more on that throughout today. But I should tell you, in his farewell address, Dr. Clark used a cricketing analogy to describe his success at the constituency level in Northwest St. Andrew.
I'm going to be leaving the playing field. And some people, when them leave the playing field, them stay in the pavilion. But for me, I'm leaving the playing field and leaving the stadium. But I'm leaving the playing field not out. Not out. And I want you to know that you are a part of a great movement, a great Jamaica Labour Party, my Jamaica Labour Party family in Northwest St. Andrew. I have nothing but love and a depth of gratitude and appreciation to all of you for the love that you have given me.
Dr. Nigel Clark last evening at the JLP's Era Council 1 meeting in Pembroke Hall. Dr. Clark praised his constituents for their support and said to them it was his privilege to serve them.
As I leave the playing field, effective midnight tomorrow night, I want you to know that it has been the privilege of my life to serve you as Member of Parliament. It has been the privilege of my life to respond to your fears, to respond to your needs, and to incorporate your ideas. You represent what is great about Jamaica. And what we must do is aim to make sure every constituency in Jamaica is like Northwest St. Andrew. Your love for your party is exemplary. What we have done together has not been done in Jamaica over the last 40 years, and it must continue. And I have nothing but gratitude in my heart.
Nigel Clark, he's going to be here this morning at 11. You know, we have had about 2 appointments that fell through. Well, he's scheduled to be here for an hour with us this morning in what we're calling his exit interview. Yes, that's at 11 this morning. Yesterday evening, he also thanked the Prime Minister and the JLP for giving him the opportunity to serve.
The Prime Minister is a special man. Not many people can take a majority of one and turn it into a majority of 35. It takes a special man to take a thin majority like that and have no defections, nobody leaving, and manage it through and win another term. I express my thanks and gratitude to the selection committee of the Jamaica Labour Party for giving me the opportunity to represent you. To the area council led by Desmond McKenzie, our deputy leader, for the support that you have provided at all times. No constituency can be successful without good neighbors.
Dr. Nigel Clark. And he also threw his support behind Dwayne Smith, that's Councillor Dwayne Smith, as his replacement in the constituency. Of course, Councillor Dwayne Smith is the son of the former JLP stalwart and veteran in the constituency, Derek Smith. Yes? Dr. Clark last night urged the Labour Rights to offer Smith the same level of support they extended to him.
I only ask that the love that you have given me, that you multiplied several fold, and you give it to the next Member of Parliament, Dwayne Smith. Councillor Dwayne Smith has been an unbelievable supporter of mine. Yes, it might have been a little disappointing in the beginning, but let me tell you something. You would never have known it over the 6 years and 7 months that I have been MP. This is a man that in my worst moment, getting a lot of trouble in the public space, I'd get a call from Councillor Smith. Hang in there, MP. You're doing the right thing, Minister. Hang in there. Just do what you're doing. The man became my biggest supporter. And I say that in all sincerity. And I am grateful to him. And what he has won from me is a lifetime of loyalty. As I leave the playing field, I got 3 divisions from the former MP, and I am handing over 3 divisions to the future MP, and I expect that we will maintain 3 divisions in Northwest St. Andrew. God bless you, Labourites. Love and blessings all.
Nigel Clark, in his final platform speech from a political gathering. And as I said, he's going to be here this morning at 11. And I would like you to stay tuned and use the opportunity to ask him a few questions that you may have. I know there are several questions you'd like to ask him. I think of the pensioner who has called me about the reverse tax credit and why he's not eligible for it. That's one question we'll put to him. Yeah? He became a member of Parliament, or he became the Member of Parliament in Northwest St. Andrew on March 5, 2018. That's how many years now? 6 years? About 6.5 years. He previously served as Ambassador at Large for Economic Affairs, and he was a senator between 2013 and 2015. All right? Time for the break. After the break, we'll have more. The opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, yesterday went on the political offensive against the Holness administration's management of the public health sector. Yes? Dr. Dawes made a very serious accusation, saying the government continues to fail to account for funds designated to repair public health facilities. And as the Observer front page says this morning, with a photograph of Dr. Dawes, The Observer headline this morning, corruption fueled by greed. Millions being sucked out of the health ministry by a rapacious form of capitalism, says Dr. Dawes. After the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose.
The Time brought to you by the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport. Fueling growth everywhere is
10:16.
A message from the Firearm Licensing Authority. Participating in gun salutes is not only dangerous, but also illegal. Discharging a firearm in celebration can lead to serious consequences, including the revocation of your firearm license and a permanent bar from owning a firearm in the future. Protect your safety and the safety of others by choosing not to engage in this reckless act.
The management and the staff of the Jamaica Customs Agency extend the very best wishes to you and your family for a safe, peaceful, and enjoyable holiday. Whether you're effecting clearance at the port, traveling to and from the airport, or undertaking other transactions, we urge you to travel safely, use good judgment, and stay within the speed limit. We thank you for your support throughout 2024 and look forward to a healthy, prosperous, and productive new year. Happy New Year! From Jamaica Customs.
It's the most wonderful time. No need to fuss or fight. It's Total Tools Christmas brought a bundle oh so bright. Landscapers, mechanics, painters and more. Plumbers, DIYers and homeowners galore. Tradesmen, workers and entrepreneurs too. Massive savings catered just for you. Quality tools and a treat in store. We appreciate you. That's for sure. Merry Christmas. Come see what's in store at Total Tools. We've got you covered more and more.
Small business owners, this holiday season, Access Financial Services is here to help you create merry money moments. Need a boost to stock up inventory, expand your business, or prepare for the festive rush? We've got you covered with our small business loans. And here's the best part. No payments for up to 1 month. Fast approvals to keep your business moving. Flexible terms tailored just for you. Let Access Financial be your partner in growth and success this holiday season. Visit accessfinanceonline.com or step into your nearest branch today. Access Financial Services, helping your small business make a big impact this Christmas. Conditions apply.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Cliff says, what's on his mind? Unfiltered analysis and commentary.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
Well, yesterday, the opposition spokesman on health and wellness, Dr. Alfred Dawes, came out swinging, accusing the Wholeness Administration of continuing to fail to account for funds designated for the repair of public health facilities. Dr. Dawes made several accusations. Here's more from Mahiri Stewart.
The PNP's Dr. Alfred Dawes, alongside Deputy Spokesperson on Health, Jesse James Clark, wore black to Monday's media conference. According to Dr. Dawes, this was to show solidarity with the doctors of Jamaica as they continue to work in subpar conditions. Dr. Dawes says the Bustamante Hospital for Children has been in crisis since late August due to air conditioning issues. He says the problem continued despite funds seemingly being available to fix the units.
As far back as August 26th, the Bustamante Hospital for Children was in emergency mode for all operations because of the same issues with the AC unit. It was not just that the staff knew and hid it. There are letters, there are emails that were sent. The Southeast Regional Health Authority knew of the issues. Attempts were made to move the surgeries to the Kingston Public Hospital. That did not work out. Not all hospital, but that did not work out, surprisingly, because money became an issue. This could have been avoided from even further back because money was raised, including money from the Chase Fund to refurbish the operating theaters at Bustamante.
The faulty air conditioning unit in the operating theatre at the Bustamante Hospital for Children caused the surgery for an 11-year-old girl with an aggressive form of scoliosis to be postponed. The surgery was to be carried out by Straight Caribbean Spine Foundation, a US-based charity formed in 2006 to assist children in Jamaica who are faced with complex spinal conditions. It would have come at no cost to the child's parents. A number of surgeries had to be postponed due to air conditioning issues in the operating theatre at the hospital spanning several months. According to Dr. Dawes, there's been no word from the government as to why the plans to rehabilitate the operating theatres fell through. But he's suggesting that politics is at play.
No, we don't know why. We are left to surmise, but rumor has it that it was not the right moment for the announcement and the PR that would be gained from just announcing the rehabilitation of the Bustamante Theatre would be lost in the media versus when it was announced later on, maybe closer to election time. These are just suppositions, but nobody knows the real reason why money was raised and the scope of work done to rehabilitate the theatres, the very theatres that are the center of this firestorm right now. But that project was cancelled.
The opposition spokesperson says the government has made a habit of not accounting for funds dedicated to repair public health facilities.
The doctors and the staff asked that the theatres be fixed so they could do their work. Instead, they got a therapy dog and a wellness bench. And it just shows you the priorities of the policymakers. So we are inevitably in a situation where, because of the decisions of the policymakers, crucial repairs that should have been done were neglected. And we don't know where that money is. We still need an update about the Shaggy and Friends Foundation, what happened to that controversial money that was raised. So there is a pattern here that is emerging.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Mahiri. But Dr. Dawes didn't stop there. He went on to accuse the administration of mistakenly purchasing subpar equipment for the health sector for more money than the equipment is worth.
Now, I had the privilege of going to China. And what I can tell you is this. You will have a machine that has the same casing on the outside, looks the same. But on the inside, there's a range of parts from high quality, medium to low quality parts. And as a result of that, the price point is going to vary significantly. The cheapest quality Chinese equipment has been bought, sold to the Ministry of Health at exorbitant markups. When I hear some of the prices from some of these machines, I know that they cost a tenth. It is sucking out money out of the Ministry of Health because we're not getting quality for the money that is being spent for a lot of these instruments.
Dr. Alfred Dawes, the opposition spokesman on health and wellness. Now, these are some very serious accusations that I would imagine the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, needs to respond to. Yes? How much of this is really grounded in fact or fiction? I don't know. You don't know. We would like to hear the minister's response to these accusations by his opposition counterpart. Before we wrap up this morning, the issue of Haiti and Cuba. Haiti is one of our closest neighbors, so too Cuba the closest. And both countries are having big problems. The problem in Haiti, the breakdown of the rule of law. Violent gangs have virtually captured large parts of the capital and surrounding areas. Thousands of people are having to flee their homes. And several are looking to leave Haiti, and many are coming here. And it's a problem because you have, 12 million Haitians? And then last weekend, 10 Cubans turned up in Jamaica, in St. James. And Cuba is also having its fair share of problems. That is really pushing Cubans to look even more so now outside. Yes? Yesterday, several human rights groups here in Jamaica called on the government to really stop and let us have an investigation into how it has been treating Haitian migrants seeking asylum here in Jamaica. According to the groups, the government has been treating the Haitian migrants in an unlawful and hypocritical way without due process. Here's more from Shalois Michael.
The group comprises the Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, Stand Up for Jamaica, Jamaica Council of Churches, Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement, JABEM, Indigenous Rights Attorney Marcus Goff, and Haitian advocate Mirtha Desolme. It was spearheaded by human rights lawyer and founder of Freedom Imaginaries, Malene Elaine. In Monday's media briefing, Miss Elaine painted a grim picture of Haitians being ripped apart from families and being transported on a boat back to a country in turmoil.
Family members would have gone to police station lockups to look for a relative or someone detained there, a Haitian national detained there. And they were simply informed that that person was being taken to an unknown location in Portland for deportation to Haiti. We are talking about persons leaving behind children, Jamaican-born children. And so what we are seeing is a significant escalation of a policy of repression and deterrence, which is having significant impacts on Haitian Jamaican families. We have received several reports of family separation following this most recent expulsion, with parents forced back to Haiti and children left behind in Jamaica without an opportunity to say goodbye.
The most recent mass roundup and repatriation of Haitians took place last week. According to Miss Elaine, that latest group now adds to the more than 170 Haitians who've been repatriated since July 2023. She says this cruel practice cannot continue. The human rights lawyer is calling for an investigation into Jamaica's treatment of their neighboring citizens in need.
Freedom Imaginaries is calling for precautionary measures to safeguard the rights of Haitians in mobility in Jamaica. First, we're calling for an independent investigation and an international investigative mission into the human rights impacts of Jamaica's treatment of Haitian migrants and asylum seekers, and a process of accountability that puts an end to abusive practices. Second, given the regional scale and complexity of the issue, we are calling on Jamaica to work with CARICOM, the international community, and multi-stakeholder groups to establish a rights-based regional framework for the protection of Haitians in mobility in line with principles of humanitarian assistance, protection, cooperation, and international solidarity.
For her part, policy and advocacy specialist at JFJ, Jade Williams, says while she applauds the government's move of sending security forces to Haiti, a review is needed to address how the Wholeness Administration treats those who wash up on the nation's shores.
We ask for our government to adhere to calls from the UN and other international actors to not forcibly return these persons upon arrival, and furthermore to allow for those persons to be able to properly seek asylum according to our local procedures as well. We ask for a comprehensive review of how our procedures have been implemented. In our local refugee policy, persons are to be individually assessed as to their security needs. And based on reports from Freedom Imaginaries, that has not been the case. A review of those reports that persons have been removed without that due process is also necessary.
Shalois Michael for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Shaloi. We're going to go to the break now. After the break, your calls.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light, and I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
At the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we are committed to the values of care, compassion, excellence in service, integrity, teamwork, and innovation as we work to safeguard the health of our nation. The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
10:31.
Eclipse Enterprise is your go-to source for billiards, amusement machines, and electronics. Telephone 876-960-3891. The temperature by Eclipse Enterprise is
30 degrees Celsius in Kingston and 27 in Montego Bay.
The management and staff of Spencer's Tailoring Establishment, Shop 21A, Central Plaza, Kingston, wish you, their supportive and well-meaning customers, every happiness this holiday season has to offer. May peace be your gift at Christmas and your blessing all year round. Merry Christmas and best wishes for the new year. From Spencer's Tailoring, the difference is class. The management and staff of Banmark West and Negril would like to extend season's greetings to their loyal customers. Let the peace and the joy of this holiday season be yours now and throughout the new year. So this season, visit Banmark for all your bikes and bike rentals or call 957-0196. Happy holidays from Banmark.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
All right, our first call of the morning is Keisha. And don't forget, at 11 this morning, the Finance Minister, Dr. Nigel Michael Clark. No, it's Dr. Nigel Clark, yes, who will be with us here this morning, Dr. Nigel Clark. Good morning, Keisha.
Hi, sir. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, man, I'm blessed up to all your listeners who are listening, whether by the internet or out in real land. Bless up morning. So, like how Mr. Clark, when I come, me can't try call back at the time, so I can talk to him.
Yes, I'm going to give you about half an hour to call. Yeah, I have some questions for him, and then I'm going to ask that he takes questions from you, the members of the listening public.
All right, thanks. So let's use the community. So, yeah. Let's use. You realize that since Miss Camilla Johnson became the foreign affairs minister, right? That's
yes.
The portfolio?
Yes, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade.
Right. You'd have realized that you don't hear any of Jamaicans traveling to other Caribbean countries making those complaints and those accusations like what normally happens sometime back in probably say 2011 coming down.
Haven't heard any in the news recently, yes.
But there was a time, especially between 2011 and probably 2016 somewhere, there was a lot. When I mean like a lot. You Google it, you'll see a whole heap of article came up with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I must say that is a plus because I should have done a lot of work right here. But the question when me I go ask now, you see? Because we know what happened to Shanique Mary, right? And that become a household case right there, right? Become a household right there. When all of them human rights groups are there, when the Jamaicans they are traveling to other Caribbean country who signed that treaty, the Treaty of Sagaramas, right? And we're going through all of those situations that they were going through. How we never hear their voices here? What them did there?
Where you think?
Where they were, Mr. Hughes, to defend the Jamaicans, them that were going through certain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So then they exist.
Well, Freedom Imaginaries during Shanique Mary, I don't think they were around. Freedom Imaginaries is a relatively new group formed since the Haitian issue blew up again, because Haiti has been with us for so long, but it blew up again. Yeah, and then we heard of Miss Elaine's group, Haitian Freedom Imaginaries. Yeah.
Mr. Hughes, while I understand what is going on over there in Haiti, and I sympathize with them because unlike us here, we are human beings just like them. They have the same blood like us. But Mr. Hughes, you don't think that the government, right, would have legal advice as to how to proceed in some of these uncharted waters, sir?
Well, Keisha, you must remember, we as Jamaicans don't have a problem like the Haitians do or the Cubans do. Yeah, we don't have people fleeing Jamaica because of the issues that are now affecting Haiti and certainly Cuba. Yeah, we don't have Jamaicans doing that. Shanique Mary is the woman who was abused in, was it Barbados?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We have isolated cases of those. Yeah. But the situation facing Haiti and Cuba now, we don't have that here. There was a time long ago when we used to have that kind of problem.
But what I'm saying, Mr. Hughes, I'm talking about now the government telling about those persons. Is it that the government would have done their investigation, get legal advice as to how to proceed? Because when you listen to the lady that represents Freedom something another,
Freedom Imaginary.
It would seem like the government just creep up the people who are send them back in the yard without even doing any investigation. So what she needs to be put in the part there to say, because if somebody listening overseas and know nothing here, I don't know, they just the government just creep up the whole of them, fling them on a boat, send them back. What the government need to come to tell the Jamaican people say, when they have did whatever investigation, how much of them have adverse traits?
What you're saying, Keisha, is part of the problem facing the government. They are seized of the fact, the reality, that listen, if the perception is allowed to build in Haiti, that, if you come to Jamaica, you are going to be entertained and you are going to be accommodated. We won't be able to control that floodgate,
Exactly.
We will not be able to, and we don't have it. And herein lies the difficulty, because notwithstanding that fact, the government of Jamaica, and by extension the people of Jamaica, we have to act within the confines of international law. And we have responsibilities that we have to do, right? So that we are not in breach of the law as to how to deal with people seeking refuge or asylum. Yeah? And therein lies the challenge, You're an advocate, your job is not half as difficult as the government. Yes, you chat and you do your research and you advocate, which is what Miss Malaine and Freedom Imaginaries are doing. They're trying to hold the government accountable, and nothing is wrong with that. However, what you and others recognize is that the government has to be careful, in trying to uphold the law and at the same time be firm in making sure that the message don't get out in Haiti that, listen, Jamaica is a place to go, And I don't hear that. I don't hear that in the advocacy.
Yeah. Exactly, Mr. Hughes. I am very scared, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm very scared. Right? We have known what Jamaica challenge is with crime, and when you see the amount of gun that they must take off of the streets every year, and it seems like we have a gun manufacturer here. One of the things I would hear to figure that people that feel they can come here and then go link up with some criminal in the world, Mr. Hughes, and getting the guns in here. I am very scared of that.
We already have a problem with the guns for drugs trade between Jamaica and Haiti. We already have a problem. But that is why you're in government. Government is not easy, Keisha. The work of government is difficult because it has to be mindful that, listen, it has to act in a way that does not bring the country into disrepute. Yeah? Because we don't want that either. And we don't want to treat them in a cruel and inhumane way. Yeah?
And Mr. Hughes,
Mm-hmm.
one second before me come, I realize that the Jamaica Council of Churches, which they had a right to do, but I'm going to tell you one of the biggest abuse, human rights violation, Jamaica Council of Churches. You see the part of the collection from the church people, them? That's one of the biggest human rights violation and abuse Jamaica Council of Churches.
Oh.
So now I got jump over there so on if you look what going in the church.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? The people on Sunday collection or Saturday collection? What is the problem with that?
The collection when you go church, they must tell you how much you forget. And if you don't give enough to go over the line over there, so you understand?
You know for do it?
Some of them all have ATM machine in the church. Them they are human rights violation.
Oh, yes, to me, I never know that. You have
yeah, man,
ATM
you
machine.
have ATM machine in the back of Mr. Hughes.
Where?
You never know that.
Where?
You have church with ATM machine in the back of Mr. Hughes. So you come here, can't say you don't have no money. Use a card.
And the first way I hear that, Keisha, which church in Jamaica have ATM machine?
Well, no worries, it's the research, sir. Yes, sir. And a joke,
Keisha,
man.
no, but you have to take bad thing back laughing. You really serious, Keisha?
I'm serious, sir. I heard this and I remember some people in the media go check it out and realize it was so.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
The ATM in the back of the church. Me I tell you that in the church building if it sells. So who are working and come and say, Pastor, I don't have any small change. You go use your card. You understand?
Have a good morning, Keisha.
Yes,
You're
sir,
too funny. I've never heard. Can someone tell me where I can go find an ATM in a church? Huh? I've never heard of that. Yeah? Anyway, time for the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps.
The Legal Aid Council provides free legal assistance on some criminal matters. To find out if you qualify or for more information on legal aid, call 948-6999. The time by the Justice Ministry is
10:44.
Refrain from overloading your extension cords. This may cause a fire. This Christmas safety tip is brought to you by the Ministry of National Security.
Christmas prep got you stressed? Skip the baking and grab a Mother's Bakery Christmas cake. No kitchen disaster, no bird cake, just pure Christmas bliss, like your mom used to make, minus the yelling. But seriously, one bite, and the only thing you'll miss is the mess. Mother's Bakery Christmas cake, bringing love in every slice, so you can bring home the cheer without lifting a finger. But hurry, these cakes fly off the shelves. Mother's Bakery Christmas cake, it's like a holiday miracle in every bite.
Want to reduce your high electricity bills? Then Peak Energy has the solution for you. From grid-tied to hybrid solar inverters with full lithium-ion battery pack. Installation and maintenance packages available. Visit us at Shop 1, 3 Mosquito Valley Road, Red Hill, St. Andrew. Call 876-279-8820 or 944-0668. Or email us at peakenergysolutionsja@gmail.com. Peak Energy for everything solar.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Well, I am being told here by a listener that some churches don't have the actual ATMs. What they have are card machines where you can run your card. Yes, like a point of sale terminal. Yeah, so there are some churches, I'm told, they have those point of sale terminals. Yeah, I see here a particular pastor church have it. His church is the PhD ministry. Oh, and there's another church in Spanish Town with a point of sale terminal so you can run your card. Yeah. And I see people here on YouTube saying, yes, Mr. Hughes, I think it is a church in Portmore Oh, Pastor Blair Church in Portmore. What he has there, a point of sale terminal, not an ATM. Oh, so the churches are getting more and more commercial, man. They're keeping up. Here's another lady, Auntie Francis, saying, Cliff, Mark Stewart walk with a card machine and you have to pay for prayers for healing? Oh, no. 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 You must do those things, you know. Yeah? You must do those things. Dear. But wait, a lot of people seem to think that this is happening. Glenox Smith says, Mark, what is this? No. You gone political now. She says, another person says, like, Dave, she just sound like the weird folks who are running for president in the USA and repeating they're eating cats and dogs. Oh, dear. Another person says, Veron, there are no point of sales machines in churches, Cliff. No joke. Yeah? Another person says, it's a fact. And Elisha tell. Another person, Barbara, says, I would not put it past some of them to have ATMs. Oh, so Keisha is onto something here. Yeah? Phoenix says, Oak Cliff, enough churches have ATM machines and the point of sale system. Yeah? Use your bank card. Oh, interesting. Who do I have? Colin Mills, good morning. Yes, sir. How are you, Colin?
Boy, you got thanks, we are here, Cliff.
Very well.
How your mother?
She's fine, you know. She's good. Yes.
Then every night, we say, Jesus Christ, you have to live with Cliff to 80 or 90.
Boy, I don't know if that is good or bad.
No, a good man, a good thing.
Oh.
You're true Jamaican and on, true good person. And
yes.
Same way the blessing God store on your mother, go store on you.
I hope so.
You build Jamaican, man. You're a good man, you know. Good heart.
Yes, sir.
And you, Cliff, one day Andrew advice. With the Minister of Finance, don't pass that to nobody. He have to hold that till after election. He can't give who he want to give. Because he can't afford to put nobody in the house. Because embarrass him. Because the election is in the year. Well, don't give nobody that at all.
Oh?
No, he can't pass that to nobody.
He have to
hold that. And after election now, he start out it. He can't go to the embarrass right now, please.
Oh.
He cannot.
Okay.
The next thing I say, I mean say to you over, and Butchin said to me, Sir Andrew the brightest Prime Minister in the Caribbean at that time. In talk on the radio a couple of years ago. And I am convinced that Butch, look at me and Butch grow together, we are friends. Butch become the brightest businessman since you get independent. And Andrew become the brightest Prime Minister, me say. And we are run business 55 years. Andrew have the brains of Butch Stewart, or Butch have the brains of Andrew. I mean, I have no doubt if Andrew win the election. Because what has that now? Him have go win half of the guys them who are going to run, and him have go win the seat with them. Because Jamaican people, and people believe not Andrew no. Because Andrew real. In a hype. Want to plenty of candidate, they hype. And me as a old politician, my first one win Otis seat in 1981 as councillor. When many times I talk to the business people, I say, why these guys is the luckiest person. None of them go to jail like Pernell Charles. None of them, most of them not try no money in this thing. And then get a seat, and before they stick to the people, then pressure poor Andrew with them guard the ambulance in it. And I say them I look money, but then just profile and the lazy. And then say lazy and got achieve that because if you work here towards you can't get rich or no. You have to put in hours with $1 million years.
Yes.
So me on one.
But you think Andrew?
Cliff.
You think Andrew's coattails will be long enough this time around to bring home so many of them?
Between now, me go begging wife to give him little leave, and 6 month leave, because him have it all over Jamaica. After this conference, I know him have it do I don't know.
What you say?
So some whoever Sunday.
So you gonna ask his wife to release him for 6 months?
Yes. In the weekend, them in can stay yard. After his Sabbath, him have hit the road. Him have to stay a road. Most time, him have to stay a road. Yes, one.
Oh.
The people in the receiver know. If they ever cross him, they hug you about glass in the receiver know. They love him. They just fall in love with him.
Oh. Okay.
And then I want to sit down here and say, 100 day. Then take him like their son, then pick me.
Oh?
Yes, one.
Oh.
And Cliff, me not go stay with you because today I'm busy day for Nigel and you.
Uh-huh.
And the next thing, me go beg Andrew. See, I go highway. What come my mommy there? From there so to ruin. You know, I ruin that nightclub there.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Leland one.
Yes.
Name that highway after Nigel Clark, after him pick up in big post. Because you know me, it says Nigel was stay there probably 4 years. And then I don't go to the World Bank after that. Because about the World Bank and Jamaica, I want him and what. Nigel will probably tell Jamaica one day. And don't be surprised the next 10 or 15 years, Nigel come back to Jamaica and turn Prime Minister. The boy bright and one honest and in a hype. A good study.
You think he may come back in how many years? 10 years?
Yeah, look, yes, the next 10 years.
Oh.
Yes. But
and him come back as Prime Minister?
Go ahead, Cliff.
And come back as Prime Minister?
Come back here, run election and turn Prime Minister. The people of the constituent one know. The youth, they say. But Cliff, if you work hard, when you're dead and gone, I know. People are going to respect your daughter, the whole your family, I know. For the work. If your name never call Latif in this country, I know.
No.
Why you believe people respect you? You love your breadfruit and your jerk work. Goodbye, Cliff, your friend. God bless.
All right, Colin. Take care of yourself.
Yes, man. You take it easy.
All right.
You have to take your back every time. Oh, anybody jump on you, me jump on them.
All right. Good. Full of a jerk pork. That is true. That is certainly true. Who is next? Ian. Good morning. Good morning, Ian. Hello, Ian. Not there. All right. So, the YouTube chat is buzzing. Yes. About whether we have point of sale or ATMs in our churches. Several people seem to believe, yes, we do have point of sale terminals in churches, that more and more churches are now having these point of sale terminals so that you run your card. So you don't have no reason to say no, you don't have no cash on you, so you can't contribute. Run the card. Boy, the church is getting smart, they're keeping up. Yes. Anyway, Fern.
Good morning.
Vern, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Good morning.
First, I should say I wish Mr. Clark, so that is in Mr. Clark, the finance minister.
Yes, Nigel Clark.
All the best on his journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and secondly, now, I don't remember. I remember I called last year, a week after my birthday, last year, September. 1 year now, begging a house, one of the house. You remember? You remember, Mr. Hughes?
No, you know.
Yes, man.
A year ago you called me.
I was van pass, and the daughter carried to the place of hers. And I always flood. You remember the story? The flood every time heavy rain falls. That's a little everything.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to come out of this before, nobody can kill me if you don't do this special use. You know?
Yes.
The more man is the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Desmond Martin, you can't put up on him.
Oh. So you want one of those social houses?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Miss Nora, you did ask Miss Nora to take my number, so I don't hear anything. I'm here now.
Oh. Where was your house? Where are you living?
In Sav, Hatfield Housing Scheme.
Where?
Sav, Hatfield Housing Scheme.
Oh, you're in Savlamar. That's in Westmoreland, a Hatfield housing scheme. Oh. All right. Well, it's not too late. Let us hold on for Miss Nora again and give her your name and number. Yes, and tell me why. Talk to the people at social housing. They may be listening to you. What is your case for one of those social houses?
Because we can't afford to build one. I can't afford to build one right now.
You know, man, you have to come better than that, man. You have to give them more reason. Better, everybody can't afford.
I just want to get out of the water because family live here, so going 30 years now. Like next year, 30 years. We have to live for furniture every year or 2-3 times a year, as long as the rainfall heavy. So the house is so flat and then build up the road high, and then as the rain falls, so the water just pitch in. Flood me out. Because if every rain, I have to pack up and find somewhere go. Because we can't stay. Because when the water come nowadays, it reach me. I mean, inside here.
Inside your house?
Yes.
Oh?
Yes. A lot of things you have to throw away over the years and keep on up until you get fed up now. If you throw things, the water spoil up and...
You alone live?
I'm 65 now. I have a granddaughter here.
Yeah.
She's attending school. She graduated, and that's another problem again. Her mother have her on the PAT program too, sir. And she graduated from school. She did 5 subjects. She did 4. She failed the math. So she wanted to do nursing. So the other 2 or 3 science subjects she wanted to do the school that she went to. Not doing that on in grade 6. So I get her into a private school up on Smithfield here. They said they're going to take her off of the part because it's not government school. So I said, but she's still attending school. Why? And I help her. Taxi fare and all of that. Why don't I take her off? Because the mother go down there and tell them that she, because they said that she in school must let them know. She's still attending school. Why don't I take her off of the part?
Oh.
I mean, I see that. You know?
How old do you say she is?
She's 17 now.
17.
Just graduated. Just graduated from school.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on for Nora and give Nora your name and number for me. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir.
Time for the break.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
Super healthy, super happy. SuperMed located in Kingston, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Mary. The time by SuperMed family of pharmacies and Hughes Den Pharmacy is
11 o'clock.
Are you ready for it?
Revo. Coming soon.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
We're still awaiting the arrival of the Finance Minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, who promised to join us this morning at 11. We are still awaiting his arrival. But we press on. Carl? Lloyd.
Yes, Mr. Hughes, how are you?
I'm all right.
My third time in calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I spoke to... I the man like you first, too.
Well.
Marcella's husband, you remember?
Who?
I told you.
Who?
Marcella's husband.
Marcella Blake.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Of blessed memory.
And Thompson once. Nonetheless, what I'm going to talk about is a little politics now. Tell me something. What is the PNP going to do that this government is not doing?
I think you should ask them that. Not me.
I can't ask you. You that one answer.
I can't speak for the PNP.
Oh, right. No, I'm saying I've never seen a government done so much in terms of social benefits and otherwise, and proper fiscal prudent thinking and doings. When I look and see people are getting paid to go to Hart to learn a skill, I've never seen that happen before. Have you ever seen it happen, sir?
No.
The pension, you getting back a kickback from the pension, $20,000 within reason. I just can't understand why should this government be voted out. And these polls are coming out. I believe that the JLP needs to focus and highlight all their doings more effectively. I believe so.
Yes.
I'm not a labor right for labor rights sake, although I am one.
What that means?
But in terms of what I see, the direction that this country is heading,
yes,
we are on the right path.
But why?
The blueprint is there when Mr. Clark leaves. The blueprint is there.
But why then? Why then is the government and the party that forms the government not getting credit for it?
That's what I am saying. You know why? And I make no apology for saying it, so. Jamaica is a dumb society. We're not thinking.
Wow.
We're not a thinking society. That's the reason.
I don't know about
we
that.
We are too caught up in the past about getting this and getting that. Free of cost. You have to put in some work to get something. Money is not there giving away just like that. You understand?
But you don't think the majority of Jamaicans understand that? And know that's not how it works? So that's not sustainable?
Why are the polls? Why are we polling so low? We, the JLP, why are we polling so low? The information is not getting out.
Probably that's more a manifestation of your messaging and your organizing and your...
A major hurricane comes along, destroy most of the south coast, and we are able to fix the problems without borrowing anything and going with our caps in hand around the world begging.
Yes.
Are we so foolish?
And you know, sir, you say you're Lloyd,
are we
right?
so foolish? I have to keep asking. It grieves me.
But you know, Lloyd, that point you make, you know, is particularly...
The point is?
The point you make about here we are in Jamaica for the first time in living memory that we were affected by a hurricane, and the government of Jamaica, without having to borrow, was able to respond to the fallout from that hurricane, including giving people cash. That has never happened, certainly in my lifetime. Never happened in my lifetime. Yes.
It's not yet rolled out fully.
Yes.
That's a spark.
Right. I've never.
Spark has rolled out.
I am.
Here it is. We are doing these things on our own.
Yes.
Independent. That is what you call true independence.
Yes.
Financial independence.
Yes. Yes.
And how did that come about? It's not by accident. by careful planning.
Yes. Yes.
You know? So, Mr. Hughes, I just want Aban to take up most of your time,
Yes.
most of the weeks, because I'm going to highlight what the government is doing for the stupid ones to sit and
Yes.
think about what I see the PNP is doing. It's trying to kill the sheep, the shepherd, to scatter the sheep.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is what I see is happening. I hear Alfred out your program this morning.
Yes.
Mr. Dawes again talking about healthcare thing and corrupt. They are trying a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying something that seems to be resonating with the
Yeah.
populace. That's how I get it.
Yes, sir.
The dunce populace. I call them dunce.
No, you shouldn't do
Because
that.
they were thinking they could see the distance that we have come.
But you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that.
Sack.
Mm.
Lord, again, I don't want to get there. But with Sinsack, what are they hiding?
Mm-hmm. All right, sir. Mr. Lloyd, I gather that the Minister of Finance has joined us, so I want to go to the break and bring him in. Yes?
All right, Mr. Hughes, thanks for listening to me.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. Time for the break. After the break, he's here. Nigel Clark is in the house.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
KFC festive feast for the holidays. Full of power with my friends and my family. KFC bucket of the flavor. Something for everybody, time for we celebrate. 12 piece of chicken so delicious. Fries, biscuits, coleslaw, mashed potatoes. And the Pepsi. Crunch the holiday with KFC. It's the festive feast for you and
Crunch
me.
the holidays with the KFC Festive Feast. 12 pieces of delicious chicken, sides, and a 2-liter Pepsi. Try our new KFC dessert biscuits. KFC, it's finger licking good.
It's the most wonderful time. No need to fuss or fight. It's Total Tools Christmas brought a bundle, oh so bright. Landscapers, mechanics, painters, and more. Plumbers, DIYers, and homeowners galore. Tradesmen, workers, and entrepreneurs too. Massive savings catered just for you. Quality tools and a treat in store. We appreciate you. That's for sure. Merry Christmas. Come see what's in store at Total Tools. We've got you covered more and more.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
After 3 attempts, he's finally here. Good morning, Dr. Clark.
Good morning, Cliff. I'm in the den. In Cliff's den.
Not quite. But tell me, your resignation becomes effective when?
So I said last night, you carried on the news, that today is my final day as Minister of Finance and Public Service and as Member of Parliament. And I will be demitting office effective midnight tonight.
Mm-hmm. And you have completed all the things you wanted to complete, have you?
I mean, life is always a work in progress, Cliff. It's never done.
Mm-hmm.
We are creatures of, temporary duration. Yeah, life is permanent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So life goes on, and I have run my course and done what I have been able to do.
Mm-hmm. You have been Finance Minister for just under 7 years.
Yes.
Yes? And during those 7 years, tell me your most satisfying achievements.
I mean, there are a lot that I'm, happy that I got a chance to do. Let's just run through some things quickly. I mean, institutionally, very proud of the fact that we have an independent central bank that has a mandate to fight inflation. Very proud of an independent fiscal commission. Very proud of the fact that we have a transparent mechanism for the nomination, selection, and appointment of board members, and that we have a strengthened public investment management system. That's on, the institutional development side. Very proud of the fact that we've had 7 years of no new taxes. That we've had a balanced budget for every single year that I've been in office, for all 7 fiscal years, including this one, with the exception of the COVID crisis. There's no other period in history where we've had 7 balanced budgets. 6. COVID was in the middle, so over a period of 7 budgets, 6 balanced budget with the exception of COVID. Very proud of the fact that the macroeconomic variables are in the best state that they've been in for 45 years. We have the highest level of reserves in our history. Over, the number now is over 5.1 or 5.2 billion US dollars. We have the lowest unemployment rate of our history, 4.2%. We have the lowest debt. We're on track to having the lowest debt in almost 50 years. By the end of this fiscal year, we should be at 68%. Those macro achievements are, very, very proud of, and the administration is very proud of. Very proud of, some of the policies that we've been able to institute. The public sector compensation reform, which was a massive reform that took a lot of energy, commitment, and time. Introduction of paternity leave in the public sector. Expansion of maternity leave from 40 days to 60 days. Very proud of the privatizations, the Wigton privatization, the Trans-Jamaica privatization, broadening the base of ownership in the Jamaican economy. Very proud that we've been able to leverage economic stability and do things that have never been done before, like issuing the first Jamaican dollar bond in international capital markets. I mean, that is huge. I don't think we have, this is people in New York and London accepting J dollars securities, issuing the first catastrophe bond in Jamaica's, the first small country to issue a catastrophe bond. Doing the first
Jamaica, the first small
country to issue a catastrophe bond. But let me talk about disaster risk separately. And then the first, government of Jamaica securitization transaction, structured securitization transaction in international capital markets. So a number of firsts, right, in terms of leveraging the stability of our environment. I'm very proud of the disaster risk financing framework that we've put in place, where we are, we have a suite of financial instruments that can provide resources in the event of natural disaster. We have a catastrophe bond. We built on a CRIF facility that was there before, and we added a credit contingent claim. We built up the contingency fund, which only had $100 million in it for 30 years. That's what the balance was.
100 million Jamaican.
100 million Jamaican. Right? I increased the limit that was the limit. I increased the limit from 100 million to 10 billion, and we got up to about just under 6 billion in that fund, which came in useful during COVID. So taking a different approach to disaster risk financing, something I'm very proud of. Very proud of being able to, abolish distortionary taxes that didn't yield very much, but that acted as a disincentive to commerce and to enterprise. The distortionary asset tax for non-financial businesses, the distortionary minimum business tax, that whether or not you have any revenue or have even made a profit, you still had to pay $50,000, even if your company is just selling mangoes on the street. So we're able to abolish those. Very proud with the changes we made with the ad valorem stamp duty and transfer tax, which made purchasing real estate more affordable for people because they didn't have to fork out 10% of the purchase price to give to the government for the privilege of purchasing a property or selling one. And that was key to the resurgence in property development that we've seen. Commercial, retail housing.
That's a long and impressive list.
And it's not finished. I'm very proud of what we've done with student loan. We first removed the guarantor requirements for persons who were wards of the state, and then we removed the guarantor requirements for persons on path, and then this year we removed the guarantor requirements for all people applying for financing. It's a huge change, removes the inhibitor for financing of tertiary education. Very proud of what we have done to improve the. I can go on. If you,
no. I think we've heard enough. More than enough. Well, you've had a long and impressive list. Mm-hmm. My question now, as a result of that, here you are, 7 years later, about to go off to the IMF. And by the way, congratulations. I think that is not only a feather in Nigel Clark's cap, but Jamaica's cap as well. But you're leaving at a time when your government has chalked up so many impressive macroeconomic successes, and yet the government is in danger of being defeated at the polls, behind, if some polls are to be believed. Yes? Why? What is it that in this political economy, a government that has been able to achieve so much at a macro level is struggling politically?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack in that question. The first thing, let's just recognize up front, if you look at the polls in detail, I think you'll see that when they ask people, who do you think has your best interest at heart? Overwhelmingly, the Jamaica Labour Party comes out on front. Mm-hmm. When they ask who is best able to handle the economy, the Jamaica Labour Party is convincingly ahead. They ask not just the economy, who is better able to manage the country, the Jamaica Labour Party is well ahead. They ask historically who has been even better managers of the country, the Jamaica Party is well ahead. However, the one variable that we're not ahead on, they ask about who cares for the poor, the PMP is ahead on that, and then about change. 30% of the people wanting change. So you have a dissonance where people are acknowledging through the same polls that the administration of the country is one over the past since 2016, which gets their approval, but the problems of the country are such that people need a renewal of hope. Yeah. So that presents a challenge to the government about how to ensure that the government continues to manage things in a way that people approve of, but at the same time are able to channel hope through changes that will be made. Now, one of the things that we didn't talk about we mentioned the list of things that have been achieved, is that this government has focused extensively on the matter of income. And every government in democratic societies are always reactions to governments that came before. So we focused on income because income was absent from the conversation before. If you look at it, and I can show you variables to substantiate my point. So if you look at what we've done with income, first of all, the average measure of income is per capita GDP, the total output from the country divided by the population. Mm-hmm. Per capita GDP in US dollar terms has gone up from the realm of $5,000 plus or minus to the realm of about $7,000
in Jamaica.
Okay? In Jamaica,
over the last
8 years. Okay, minimum wage has gone up by 260%, and in US dollars. So if you look at what the $6,200 could buy in 2016, and you look at what the $15,000 can buy in 2024, in US dollars, we're talking an 88% increase. There's no other 8-year period. No other 8-year period where the minimum wage has increased by that amount. Then you look at things like introducing a social pension, 15,000 people having income where they did not have before. You look at the moving the threshold, first to 1.5 and to 1.7, moving the threshold for pensioners, moving the threshold for, raising NIS was raised between 23% and 76%. You know, in NIS you have full pension, 3/4 pension, half pension. Full pension was 23%, half pension was 36%, and 3/4 and the sorry. So I'm making a point. So we have focused on income and we've delivered on income, but what the experience has shown is that income is not enough, because when you are able to move the income of somebody on low income from $6,000 to $8,000 or from 12,000 to 14,000, yes, they are better off. But is it life-changing better off? No.
And then don't forget the factor of inflation.
Yeah. Yes, but these increases have been above inflation.
Oh, so they're real increases.
Oh, they're real increases. So let me give you so if you look at, like, the minimum wage is 260% nominal J dollars, 88% US dollars, and then when you back out now CPI, it's like a 56% real increase over the 8 years, right? But so the point I want to make is that income is not enough to change people's lives. You've got to change the public services that they consume. What is the point of going from, how much is my life going to change if my income goes from $12,000 a week to $14,000 a week, and I still have to wait an hour for the bus? And by the way, when the bus comes, it lands in a pothole and it splashes me. My life is still miserable. Yes. So what has happened, Cliff? We had a pandemic for 3 years. The public investments were executed on a much slower pace for quite naturally. The focus of the cabinet, the focus of ministers is on recovery. It's on dealing with the pandemic, dealing with expenses, dealing with the vaccines, dealing with the field hospitals, and recovering the economic base of the country, recovering our tourism product, getting foreign exchange back into the country, getting the GDP back up. So the public investments that can improve people's lives, the garbage trucks and the buses and so on, those have come late in the term. Yeah, but the truth is that the dissonance is not that income. So going back to where we started.
No, don't go back to where we started.
Go ahead.
What I want to therefore ask you, macroeconomically, you did it. Well, you took your eyes off the political side of the political economy that you're operating in. That I call it the Holness Clark team. Yeah? You focused on delivering macroeconomically, but you went to sleep in the political field after the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were...
The holiday season is filled with happiness and cheer, but it can also be a time of danger for road users. Here's a holiday road safety tip from Petrojam Limited in association with the Road Safety Unit.
Don't drink and drive. If you're going to a Christmas party and plan to have a drink or two, don't drive. Plan a safe alternative to get home. Call a cab or assign a designated driver. Make this holiday season a safe one for all. A holiday road safety tip from the Road Safety Unit and Petrojam Limited, where safety is our #1 priority.
Are you ready for it?
Revo. Coming soon.
Ho, ho,
ho, ho! It's the spirit of Christmas and the end of another year. On behalf of the Affairs of the Heart team, we want to wish all our committed special sponsors, Supermed Pharmacy, Durex Condoms, ABC Electrical Sales, and Teeth Ethics Jamaica, a very Merry Christmas. Your invaluable support has meant the world to us, and together, we look forward to making 2025 an even more beautiful journey. To our dedicated listeners and YouTubers, what could we do without you every Tuesday night? We greatly appreciate your listenership and viewership, and together, we will share the stories in 2025. To our guests, who make everything happen between 9 to 10:30 p.m., you bring the vibe and the vibrancy, and we owe you a debt of gratitude for your time and all the info you have shared. To all of you and the wider Jamaica and the world, Merry Christmas and a happy, productive, safe, and healthy 2025 from Affairs of the Heart, right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright.
We have with us the outgoing Finance Minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, and he has reeled off a long, impressive list of macroeconomic gains under the Holness Clark administration in running the country. And I'm saying to him, but while you did that, what happened politically? You kept your eyes. You're off the field. Belmont Road was left to grow grass.
Okay, so let me respond to you there, Cliff. You know, you can't prove the counterfactual. But what you can certainly do is you look from previous Jamaican experience that, you know, you can't achieve anything sustainably without macroeconomic stability and without the kinds of achievements that we've spoken about. You know, you would, if as bad as things are today, or not bad, but as challenging as things might be today politically, you know, where would they be if we had 14% unemployment? We probably wouldn't have gotten this far. You have to remember that in the grand scheme of Jamaican political history, to be going into your 9th year and still to be politically competitive doesn't really have much historical precedent. I mean, we our minds have been sort of disturbed a bit by that long run of the you know, People's National Party between 1989 and 2007. But bear in mind that that was aided by an implosion of the opposition. If you were to take that out, the precedent for going 9 years and remaining competitive is not. So you look at the outcome of the local government election. You know, let's look at the precedents for local government election 8 years into the life of an administration, and you coming out even in that local government election.
But the accusation that I hear from some in your own party is that you did not appreciate enough. Yes, as in you, as a finance minister, the prime minister, did not appreciate enough that you are operating in a competitive two-party system, right? Where you needed to take care of the base, your party. Without them, your days in government are numbered. And that if there's an X against you, yes, is that you all did not recognize that there's no JLP government without a viable JLP party, Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah.
So I think
how do you respond to those who say, some of whom are not too
so I would
dissatisfied that you're going?
Yeah. So I would say, Cliff, that there's a role that the government ought to play, and there's a role for a political party. And, you know, success has many fathers, and the other side is always an orphan.
Yes.
What you are pointing to, I would say that the government has done its part in terms of ensuring that the country has been, for the most part, properly administered, that our economy is in the most stable position that it has ever been, that people's income have risen appreciably through various forms and means.
All right, the clock is ticking, and
Yes.
there are some questions I want
Sure.
to. So you speak of the achievements. Hold on. You speak of the achievements. What are the disappointments? What is the greatest regret, if not failure?
No, I don't know. It might be too early for me to speak about regret. I don't have any on mine here. But what I wish that we could have moved faster with legislation. The legislative process, is one that can be quite frustrating for all ministers involved, despite the fact that those involved in the drafting of legislation work extremely extremely hard and sacrifice some of their personal lives to serve the country in that regard. But the process as a whole is sometimes takes too long and is a bit unpredictable. We could have done more if we were able to move legislation along more swiftly.
May I put one to you that has been put to me? Your management and communication, messaging of the monumental public sector compensation review. What you have done, yes? Your predecessors feared touching it with a long stick. You took it on. And yet, this day, your administration is getting very little credit for it. Anything you would have done differently?
I mean, there's a reason why my predecessors wouldn't have taken it on. It's not politically rewarding. It just simply isn't. And it isn't politically rewarding, Cliff. Anytime you have a process involving lots of people where there are differential results, you're going to have people who compare are unhappy. That's just a structural element of it. People are much happier if I get 4% and everybody else gets 4%, I'm upset, but I'm not going to be bitter. Where disappointment comes in is if I get 4% and I hear that you get 8%, and then somebody else says, "Well, back foot, I got 2." Yeah,
so that's what's happening.
When you have a process where there are differential results, this was a restructuring. We were taking a particular structure, disbanding it altogether, and forming a new structure, and then having people graduate from the old to the new.
Go ahead.
It is by definition.
Mm-hmm.
It is by definition a process in which you will have dissatisfied voices. But what we have tended to do is to only those voices of dissatisfaction have been heard, and I would put it to you that they are they would be in the minority, in the small minority as well. So look, this was not taken on before because it's not politically rewarding. We had the courage to take it on. We swore a duty to serve the people of Jamaica faithfully, and the generation that we are from, the Prime Minister and myself, along with other members of the cabinet, but certainly, as the Prime Minister said yesterday in his speech, we would have, come with a very compatible way of thinking about Jamaica and Jamaica's challenges and problems, and we intended to, bite the bullet on a number of these chronically difficult problems and challenges. We are. Yes.
So you don't think you could have, for example, staggered the increases for the political executive and the political class?
Again, that has been there's a reason why we have not addressed political compensation for 30 or 40 years. The reason is that it's unpopular and difficult. Yeah. But Cliff, if the country is to move forward, and what we have had the courage to do the right thing, in spite of the political costs. We have had the courage to take political capital and to use it for the long-term best interest of the country. And the long-term best interest of the country is one, certainly as far as this is concerned, is that those who serve the public in elected capacities, we have to have compensation levels that allows them to rely solely on those sources of income. And this is a reform that others would have loved to have done, but either the political courage wasn't there or the political capital wasn't there, and they did not do. I will say to you that at the time we did it, this wouldn't have happened if the cabinet wasn't fully behind it. So at the end of the day, this was not just a decision of the Prime Minister herself. It would have been a cabinet decision.
We have a caller for you. A question. Keisha, what's your question for Dr. Clark?
Yes, Mr. Clark. Good morning.
Morning, Keisha.
Congratulations on your assignment, and I wish you all the best in your endeavor, Mr. Clark. My question to you, 2 questions. The unemployment insurance scheme that you speak about, where is that today? And in the budget debate, Mr. Honey speak about the kids who would have born after Jamaica celebrate their 60th anniversary. There would be a bank account set up for them where they'll put a certain amount of money, whether 600 or 800,000. So when they got to the age of 18, then they can use it to help whether in education or something constructive. If you could comment on that, those 2, please and thanks.
Thank you, Keisha, for those questions. The unemployment insurance is moving along. We have a project with the World Bank where they're helping us to develop working with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, developing the infrastructure for improving our social protection system and overlaying with that unemployment insurance. We have signed off on the structure in terms of how it would work, what the benefits would be, etc. So it's in the implementation stage, Keisha, and will become a reality before too long. Maybe not this fiscal year, but in a year or two. And with respect to the
independence,
the Prime Minister's the policy that he announced in this year's budget presentation, that again has to go through a process towards implementation.
But is it still on track?
It is a policy that a Prime Minister announced, so it is absolutely on track.
Okay. NG for Dr. Clark.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi there, Dr. Nigel. It is indeed a pleasure to speak to you, sir. I know we're all going to miss you. I know the time as well has been cut, unfortunately. So I have to be quick, and a lot of things that I like to speak about, I would not have enough time to do that. My question to you, though, sir, tell me, is it a fact that there's an oversight with the income tax reverse credit that has been offered us?
What do you mean an oversight?
Well, oversight meaning maybe not giving enough thought on it because you are saying we as pensioners are entitled to this one-off 20,000.
Right.
Now, when I touch base with the tax administration office and I speak to these people there and let them know that what my government has been doing and that their care for the nation, this beloved country of ours.
Mr. NG, you need to get, we're running out of time. NG has called us twice, Dr. Clark. He says he's been told that he's not eligible because he was not working as an employed person in the financial year 2022-23. that makes him ineligible. Isn't that so, NG?
That's correct.
Yeah. So NG, yeah, sorry, but in any program we have to have sort of rules, and it's not going to be perfect. But the rules for this program say that you'd have to be contributing to the system at that time, and so if you weren't, then the rules of the program would mean, You
heard that, NG?
The rules of the program are what? I'm sorry.
No, so the rules of the program is that you would have. So you're a pensioner. Were you paying pension? Were you receiving a pension last year?
Yes, I was.
And wasn't.
I'm an NIS pensioner, sir, and was paying taxes to this government for 45 years.
Right.
But, yes. So I'm still to understand why we are not eligible because in 2023 I was not contributing to the coffers of the government.
Right. So we set it up so that people who are contributing in 2023 would be able to benefit. But maybe I take your number off air and I can have somebody talk to you. Probably not as productive to talk here.
All right.
I would appreciate that.
All right. Hold the line first there for NG. Yes. It's 9 minutes going up to noon, and we're taking calls for the Dr. Nigel Clark. Anthony, you're up next. Anthony, quickly.
Good morning, Dr. Clark.
Good morning.
Morning, Anthony.
What's your question?
Yes. The Jamaican dollar, couldn't it be fixed to the US dollar like what is done in Barbados? Because I think that would be beneficial to the country.
Okay, so a country can choose its foreign exchange regime, but you have to make sure that the other accompanying measures that support the regime that you have chosen are in place, or else you're going to have chaos. So, in order to have a fixed rate regime, Anthony, are you also expecting that you can buy money anytime you want? Like, just walk in a bank and buy any amount of foreign exchange? Or do you want foreign exchange controls like Barbados has?
I would prefer the Barbados model because it has served them well. And
so you think the Barbados model, they have foreign exchange controls, you know that, right? Where you have to apply, you have to go and apply and wait for approval to buy foreign exchange. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So you think the Jamaican people are, as you know us, you think we are all willing to accept that we have to get somebody's permission to buy US dollars?
It used to happen, I think.
No, but you think today that we are prepared to do that?
But Dr. Clark, it is in the best interest of the country, in my view.
Well, I don't know, we tried it. Do you know that Jamaica had negative reserves in our central bank between 1976 and 1993? Meaning...
I am aware of it.
You know what negative reserves mean? You know what negative reserves mean?
Yes, no foreign exchange.
You have absolutely no foreign exchange. And that's because we had restrictive systems. People just didn't trust. The one thing that the liberalization of 1993 achieved, even though it came without the regulatory scaffolding and guardrails and contributed to, some say to the financial collapse. But what the liberalization achieved was that people were trusting enough to put money in because they knew they could take it out. And that was when that negative began to reverse. And today we have over $5 billion US dollars in our central bank. So, you can't, one can't have one's cake and eat it. If we Jamaicans have made the social policy choice that we want to be able to get foreign exchange whenever we want. We don't need nobody permission. We're going to bank, buy any amount what we want at any time. To do that, we need a market system. Or else what would happen is that we're going to run out of foreign exchange and we go back to where we have been. So there, the time to do what Barbados did, that time has passed. Unless, of course, if you all of a sudden had enough foreign exchange in the central bank to sort of back your J dollar liabilities, then of course you could fix it. But otherwise, what's going to happen, Anthony, is that you're going to end up with an overvalued exchange rate, and you're going to end up... We've been there before. We have a laboratory. Our history is an economic laboratory.
Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Clark.
No, Anthony, we're running out of time fast, right? Dr. Clark, I want you to answer very quickly for me. One, we had a debate here last week, and in that debate it was said by Colin Campbell that you had received a draft FinSAC report from the commissioners. Did you?
No, that's false. That's categorically false. I received an electronic drive with a number of folders and files within those folders, and those, with the exception of certain documents that were redacted, have been uploaded to the FinSAC Commission archives. There's no report in what was contained on that drive. There were, however, 2 chapters, I believe, that are in one of those folders. The commissioners had started writing, and the first 2 chapters are included that they had submitted. But there's nothing else that they had submitted that's not there.
The redactions that you did, what was used to determine if something were to be redacted?
So what we did, we set up an independent committee consisting of Ministry of Finance technocrats who had access to the entire archive and went through document by document and redacted in accordance with Jamaican law, including the Data Protection Act, the Access to Information Act, and that was a painstaking process. And whatever they recommended, that is what was redacted. So, i.e., the redactions did not come from me or from any member of the political directive. It came from the recommendations of the technocrats at the Ministry of Finance.
Okay. Who's going to succeed you?
I believe that you'll know that before too long.
As in today?
I believe that this is the prerogative of the Prime Minister. I don't speak to those matters.
But you're aware of who is your successor?
I don't speak to those matters. That's the prerogative of the Prime Minister, Mr. Hughes.
The view is that you're jumping ship because the whole administration.
I don't know if I don't know that
I want your reaction to
I don't know if that is the view. It might be.
There is a suggestion. Yes.
Well, I would say, Cliff, just describe for you the record of achievements that we have, and achievements that we're extremely proud of, achievements that have garnered the attention of the world, and a record that we are proud to defend. I have had many opportunities to serve internationally. This is probably the 4th such opportunity. In different capacities. I have turned the previous 3, all turned them down. This, however, is at a level of this opportunity, Cliff, to be Deputy Managing Director of the IMF, of a global institution, is one that, as a Jamaican citizen, I think a lot of people would understand and agree that I have a responsibility to take. It's not an opportunity that is going to return to the Caribbean, just the way these things work and the way these institutions are structured. It's not an opportunity that's going to return anytime soon, or I should say it's unlikely to. And you get an opportunity for a Jamaican to go where no Jamaican has gone before. There's a responsibility that you have to move the ball forward.
Is this a contract?
As a part of your countryman.
Is it a contract with a specific time?
Yes, it's a contract. It's a 5-year contract.
Okay. And your parting words to Jamaicans listening? It's time for the news.
Jamaica's best days are ahead. We've made tremendous progress. We have shown the capacity to reform our economy. We've shown the capacity to solve our problems. And we continue on this path, and Jamaica's best days are ahead.
Thank you very much. Nigel Clark. He's come Thursday, the Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. It's a pity we didn't have more time.
It's a pity. It's a pity. We could have spoken for much longer.
Much longer.
On a number of topics.
Yes. All right. Take care, sir.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you for having me.
All right.
And thanks to all your listeners.
Yes, and you saw the YouTubers.
And all the YouTubers with all of your comments. Thank you so much. I've seen all of them. Donovan, Samantha, Angie, Juliet, Opal, Jam Grant, Tedris, Hermin, Wallace, Maxine Anderson, Lorna Hudson, Camille Edwards, Roxanne Wellington, Leonard Seville, Fitzroy Rowe, Gary Bolton, Ryder 40, Kevin Thompson, Dean Rodney, VS Sanity. Thank you all for your wonderful comments. God bless you. Love you all. Love you.
And you're big up. Okay.
Big up.
You notice there are almost 4,000 of them online now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we're going to take the time signal, and you have to give the time signal because you caused them now so threatening.
Yes.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Furnitureland is Jamaica's premier furniture retailer when searching for stylish and elegant pieces this Christmas. Located at 112 Constant Spring Road, open Sundays until Christmas. The time by Furnitureland is
11:53.
It's the most wonderful time.
Season's greetings from the management and staff of Ashby's Pharmacy Limited, 6 Old Hope Road, Kingston 5. Ashby's would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all their valued customers. Visit them during the festive season for all your pharmaceutical supplies and special Christmas gifts.
This season of all.
Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from Ashby's Pharmacy.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also, tune into the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
Until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war. that until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes, Miss War. That until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race, this a war. That until that day, the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, rule of international morality will remaining but a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. Now everywhere is war, war. And until the ignoble and unhappy regime that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage, have been toppled, totally destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. Miss a war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, war, rumors of a war. And until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight, we find it necessary, and we know we shall win, as we are confident in the victory of good over evil, of good over evil, yeah, good over evil.
Is this real? Hey, Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I'll soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene. Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the spirit of Christmas and the end of another year. On behalf of the Affairs of the Heart team, we want to wish all our committed special sponsors, Supermed Pharmacy, Durex Condoms, ABC Electrical Sales, and Teeth Ethics Jamaica, a very Merry Christmas. Your invaluable support has meant the world to us, and together, we look forward to making 2025 an even more beautiful journey. To our dedicated listeners and YouTubers, what could we do without you every Tuesday night? We greatly appreciate your listenership and viewership, and together, we will share the stories in 2025. To our guests who make everything happen between 9 to 10:30 p.m., you bring the vibe and the vibrancy, and we owe you a debt of gratitude for your time and all the info you have shared. To all of you and the wider Jamaica and the world, Merry Christmas and a happy, productive, safe and healthy 2025 from Affairs of the Heart, right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Nationwide 90 FM,
Clear your
continuing the
barrels and
tradition
personal
of
shipments
fair,
with
fair.
ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
12 o'clock.
It's credible and factual. The World at Noon on Nationwide 90 FM.
A very good afternoon to you. I'm Tona Thomas. Coming up in the Nationwide World at Noon for this afternoon, New Year's Eve, Tuesday, December 31, 2024. Police are probing the fatal shooting of a 23-year-old at a burial in St. Catherine. Traffic changes to take effect in downtown Kingston at 4 today, ahead of fireworks display on the waterfront. Agriculture Ministry signs $100 million contract for cold storage facility in Kirkvine, Manchester. In regional news, earthquakes rattled several Caribbean countries 12 hours apart. In international news, New Zealand's Auckland is the first major city to welcome 2025. And in sports, ICC names Indian pacer Jasprit Bumrah among the 4 nominees for the Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy for Men's Cricketer of the Year. The details after the break.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
The Midday News is brought to you by Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Now to the details. The Guanaboa Vale police are investigating the fatal shooting of a 23-year-old Isaac Foster, a labourer of Pennypiece District, Kitson Town in St. Catherine. Reports from the police are that Foster was shot during a burial at Dovecote Cemetery on Monday. Information is that a burial was in progress when Foster, who is believed to be of unsound mind, attempted to disrupt the proceedings. It's alleged that he used a piece of concrete block to hit one of the mourners on the head and proceeded to pull the body from the casket. Foster is also alleged to have hurled stones at the mourners, including 2 licensed firearm holders. It is reported that in their defense, the licensed firearm holders discharged their weapons in his direction, hitting him. The now deceased Foster and the injured mourner were rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where Foster was pronounced dead and the mourner treated and discharged. Now, traffic changes are to take effect in downtown Kingston at 4 p.m. today to facilitate the annual fireworks festival on the waterfront. The changes will see the closure of Port Royal Street, where it intersects with Church Street, King Street, Peters Lane, Orange Street, Princess Street, West Street, Ocean Boulevard, and Passion Street. Also, two-way traffic will be allowed to facilitate entrance and exit to and from parking areas only from the intersection of Church Street and Port Royal Street to the JCC multi-story car park, Orange Street and Port Royal Street to the Orange Street multi-story car park, the intersection of Princess Street and Port Royal Street to the Digicel car park, the intersection of West Street and Port Royal Street to the West Street car park, and vehicles will be allowed to turn from both King Street and Church Street to access Temple Lane multi-story car park. Meanwhile, the JCF is urging the public to obey the traffic rules, including parking arrangements. It says the UDC will be using a park and ride system where transportation will be provided to and from the venue. Patrons can park at Heroes Circle and be transported by shuttle to the Bank of Nova Scotia. Paid parking options are also available at the following locations: Harbour Street Car Park, the entrance on Princess Street; Bank of Nova Scotia Car Parks, the entrance on Port Royal Street; Temple Lane or Supreme Court Multi-Story Car Park; Fisheries Car Park, the entrance on Port Royal Street; Jamaica Customs; Transport Centre at Water Lane, Craft Market Car Park, the entrance on Port Royal Street, and the West Street Car Park. In addition, the JCF says no parking will be allowed along the right side of the Palisadoes Road leading to the airport between the hours of 5 p.m. and midnight. It says controlled parking will be at designated locations on the left side only. The JCF says vehicles parked outside the designated areas will be towed. No vending will be allowed along the strip. Now, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining has signed a contract valued at $100 million to set up a state-of-the-art cold storage facility in Kirtvine, Manchester. The project is being funded by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, in collaboration with the Rural Agricultural Development Authority. Work is expected to begin in January. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green says that JSIF has also agreed to finance the rehabilitation of the cold storage facility in Colleyville, also in Manchester. Cold storage facilities extend the quality, nutritional value, and shelf life of agricultural produce. Minister Green says the move forms part of a broader push to build out the country's cold storage infrastructure in 2025. He says the ministry is seeking to establish 30 small modular facilities across the country over the next few years, starting with 4 in 2025. 2 of the 4 are set to be powered by renewable energy sources, with funding through a Caribbean-funded CARICOM project. The ministry says the facilities will be managed by Agri-Investment Corporation, the Jamaica Agricultural Society, established farmers groups, and public-private partnerships operating on a for-profit basis. Attorney at law Norma Linton, KC, has died. The Advocates Association of Jamaica made the announcement in a statement earlier on Tuesday. Ms. Linton was called to the Jamaica Bar in 1971 and was a founding member and a former president of the Advocates Association. She was also a member of the Disciplinary Committee of the General Legal Council and the Legal Aid Council. Ms. Linton was appointed a notary public in 1997. Her most high-profile cases include the trial for the 1983 murder of Grenadian Prime Minister Maurice Bishop. Ms. Linton was part of the defense team. She was honored by the Jamaica Bar Association in 2010 and by the Advocates Association in 2016 for her sterling contributions to the development of the law and legal system in Jamaica. The association hails Ms. Linton as a firm believer in the power of mentorship and credits her with helping to influence and guide several young lawyers in the profession. In regional and international news now, regional news, the Seismic Research Centre, SRC, in Trinidad says an earthquake with a magnitude of 3.8 rattled 3 countries on Monday night. The quake was experienced in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, and the French island of Martinique. Regional media report that there were no injuries or structural damage. The SRC says the quake occurred at 9:02 p.m. local time. It followed an earthquake of a similar magnitude in the Leeward Islands 12 hours earlier. According to the SRC, the earlier quake was felt at 8:59 a.m. local time. It was felt in St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, and Antigua and Barbuda. In international now, Auckland has become the first major city to welcome 2025. Thousands of revelers counted down to the new year and cheered at colourful fireworks launched from New Zealand's tallest structure, Sky Tower.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
The Associated Press reports that thousands also thronged to downtown or climbed the city's ring of volcanic peaks for a fireworks vantage point and a light display recognizing Auckland's indigenous tribes. It follows a year marked by protests over Maori rights in the nation of 5 million. Countries in the South Pacific Ocean are the first to ring in the new year, with midnight in New Zealand striking 18 hours before the ball drop in Times Square in New York. Other cities around the world are readying with celebrations highlighting local cultures and traditions after a year roiled by ongoing conflict and political instability. In an item of Midday Sports Now, India's premier pacer Jasprit Bumrah was among the 4 nominees for the Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy for Men's Cricketer of the Year, as announced by the International Cricket Council on Monday. Australian batsman Travis Head and the English batting duo of Harry Brook and Joe Root were the other 3 nominees. Bumrah has enjoyed an incredible year in international cricket. The right-arm quick powered India to a T20 World Cup title win and was awarded the Player of the Tournament title for his effort. The 31-year-old was also irrepressible in tests, claiming a career-high 71 wickets. Bumrah was also nominated for the Men's Test Cricketer of the Year award for 2024. To recap, our top stories making the nationwide world at noon for today, New Year's Eve, Tuesday, December 31, 2024. Police are probing the fatal shooting of a 23-year-old at a burial in St. Catherine. Traffic changes to take effect in downtown Kingston at 4 today, ahead of fireworks display on the waterfront. Agriculture Ministry signs $100 million contract for cold storage facility in Kirtvine, Manchester. I'm Tawna Thomas. You can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app, available on Google Play and the App Store. Major news next at 5. Good afternoon.
The Midday News was brought to you by Total Tools. Every tool, every trade. Success powered by learning. The Time brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us is
11 minutes after 12.
NK Wholesale extends heartfelt thanks to all their customers and partners for their incredible support throughout 2024. They wish you joy, prosperity, and success in 2025. As always, they remain committed to bringing you the widest selection of wines, spirits, and party supplies at unbeatable prices. Visit NK Wholesale, 94C Old Hope Road, Kingston. Call them at 876-978-1968 or 876-978-5723. Or send them a WhatsApp message 876-472-9728. Thank you for making NK Wholesale your go-to choice. Happy holidays!
So, Arosa's Gourmet Outlet is now serving lunch at 53 Upper Waterloo Road, Kingston 8. This gourmet outlet is offering reasonable prices on hams, wines, fresh and smoked meats, sausages, cheese, chocolates, meat and cheese platter, and so much more. Call them now at 876-999-0191 for more info, or visit 53 Upper Waterloo and get great deals all year round.
As we welcome Christmas into our homes and hearts, the management and staff of the Trelawney Cooperative Credit Union wish for their members a joyous Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Spend wisely as much as possible and celebrate the holiday season with those you love and care about. Happy holidays! May it leave its richest blessing in the hearts of you and yours. Trelawney Cooperative Credit Union. For us, you're always number one.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the spirit of Christmas and the end of another year. On behalf of the Affairs of the Heart team, we want to wish all our committed special sponsors, Supermed Pharmacy, Durex Condoms, ABC Electrical Sales, and Teeth Ethics Jamaica, a very Merry Christmas. Your invaluable support has meant the world to us, and together, we look forward to making 2025 an even more beautiful journey. To our dedicated listeners and YouTubers, what could we do without you every Tuesday night? We greatly appreciate your listenership and viewership, and together, we will share the stories in 2025. To our guests, who make everything happen between 9 to 10:30 p.m., you bring the vibe and the vibrancy, and we owe you a debt of gratitude for your time and all the info you have shared. To all of you and the wider Jamaica and the world, Merry Christmas and a happy, productive, safe, and healthy 2025 from Affairs of the Heart, right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Are you ready for it?
Revo. Coming soon.
This is a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online. from October 29, 2024.
Timeline with the stinger, Honey Bee.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. It's all about what's trending now on the timeline with Honey A.
Good afternoon to you, Cliff, and how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yes.
I'm good.
How was your sit down with Dr. Nigel Clark?
We needed more time.
When you said he's going to be on at 11, I was like, that's not enough time.
Yeah, and then
There's
he
no
was
way.
50 minutes late.
Oh.
So we really needed more time.
Yes.
Originally, the plan was for him to be here for a solid 2 hours.
Yeah, because to truly get into 7 years of work, I mean, it really takes time.
Yeah, but we got in something.
Yes.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
We just didn't have enough time.
That's how it is
And
sometimes.
today is his last day on the job.
Oh my gosh.
He leaves on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I
So
suspect
he's physically leaving the island on Thursday, is he?
when he's to start his new job on Thursday.
Okay, well, all right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And all now we don't know who is going to succeed him.
I realized that. Do you have any ideas who?
I think it's the Prime Minister.
I think some people are having contention with that.
Yeah, but I think the Prime Minister is
Do you
going
think
to
he's
take
the best person to take it?
When you look at the process of elimination,
Yes.
in terms of, first of all, the Finance Minister has to be a member of the House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, when you look at the government benches in the House, there are 48, 49. I think the other one, if it's not the Prime Minister, the one who is very qualified on paper,
Yes.
is the Education Minister.
Oh, right. I
Yeah,
have
Favour,
heard
who was
mention
trained,
of Fable.
Yes, in finance.
She may be a favorite.
And she spent a brief time in the Ministry of Finance as well as a state minister.
Okay.
Right? But I don't think she is likely to get the job for the reason that the finance minister must have the ability to communicate very well.
Yes.
Because he's the chief messenger on the economy and the finance. And I think that would be where Ms. Williams has a deficit.
I see.
So I think if we eliminate Favour on that basis, I think it's the Prime Minister.
All right. And the announcement
And
is
there's
to be...
precedence for it, for the Prime Minister being the Minister of Finance as well.
Because he was...
No, Jamaican Prime Minister.
Oh, right.
Patterson
Yes.
acted as Prime Minister and Finance
Patterson.
Minister, as well as Sangster.
Patterson in the 90s.
Right. Sangster in the 60s, and also Edward Seaga was Finance Minister and Prime Minister for much of his time.
Yes.
Between 1980 and 89.
We just realized something.
What?
Because I was listening to the news, and there's this recurring clip of the Prime Minister talking about, the opposition, the PNP, sort of, taking money and filling and lining their own pockets, and who was in charge at the time, and blah blah blah, and so on and so on. Pretty intense stuff.
Yes.
Pretty intense stuff.
The politics is on now.
Yeah,
Game
man,
on.
it's intensifying.
Game on.
I said, wow. Well,
Yeah.
here we go.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, let's dive into the timeline today. A Teacher's Honor. Now, it's often been called the Oscar Awards of Teaching, and for good reason. Recently, the Arizona Educational Foundation named their 5 finalists for the 2025 Teacher of the Year Award. The 5 finalists are referred to as Ambassadors for Excellence. One of those 5 is a Jamaican, Jodian Brown. 625 teachers were nominated, and Jodian Brown made the top 5, the only black woman. We have a snippet of an interview she did, courtesy of TVJ, and we've also added clips of her in action in the classroom.
Okay.
Yes, let's
cool.
turn to it.
Jodian Brown.
Jodian Brown. Tell about the Brown, them.
Incredible to just be here to represent more so Jamaicans who are here in the US. I was at school when I received the call, and so I was a little speechless at the time, not wanting to display my true reaction. But as soon as school ended, I was pretty much screaming, and at some point I had tears falling from my eyes.
I am smart! I am smart! I am powerful! I am powerful! I am brave! I am brave! I am resilient! I am resilient! I am beautiful! I am beautiful! I am a leader! I am a leader! I am wanted! I am wanted! Because we matter!
Because we
For always standing up when we was told to sit down, for standing up for what's right and turn our situation around. I'm thankful for my history, my history. I'm grateful for my history, my black history. I'm thankful for my history.
Well, look at our teachers abroad making a difference, you know.
Yeah.
In the classrooms and...
This is Jamaicans, you know.
Anywhere
this is
them
who we
go.
are. Anywhere
Yes.
we go, we shine.
Shine so bright.
Yes, whether for good or for bad.
I'm telling you, it's like we can't help it.
Yes, we
Oh
shine.
my gosh, man. There's something in us that is just so bold and just comes out so naturally. It's really something precious. Congratulations, Jodie Ann. You know, all
And
the
she's
best
not
to
in a
you.
typical state where you'd find Jamaicans.
True.
Out in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Top 5 teacher. All right, you go, girl. All right, moving on. Sean Paul and Sasha strike gold. Now, in 1967, rocksteady great Alton Ellis scored a hit with I'm Still in Love with You. However, 25 years later, the song made a return to the local charts as a collaboration between Sean Paul and Sasha. I don't know if you remember that version. You must come on, man.
Let me hear it.
Man, no, round, I can't get a little spin there. Now, the new version featured on Sean Paul's major label debut, Dirty Rock VP/Atlantic Records, was a smash hit and in early 2003 crossed over into the American and European markets where it made several charts. Now, Sean Paul and Sasha's version of I'm Still in Love with You is certified gold in the United Kingdom. Sasha, who is now a Christian, said, the success of the song gave me a lot of attention around the world. It gave me recognition on an international level, and it also created a lot of avenue and revenue for me. It kept me busy performing. Yes. All right, let's take a walk down memory lane, take a walk back to 03 when Sean Paul and Sasha said, I'm still in love with you.
Well, in come the thing them call a broken heart. This blessed love will never part. They don't know it from the start. Me tell them say a dirty, yeah. A Sean Paul and Sasha, come sing for them, baby.
Though you make me holler, though you make me sweat, I can't get your tenderness. Still I can't get you off my mind. What is it about you, baby?
I don't say dirty love.
I'm still in love with you, boy.
Yes, Cliff Walden. So you know, in the video, it's just a nice, sexy song, you know, a rent-a-tile kind of song, cool and deadly kind of song. So yes, in the video you could see
in the moment.
Yeah, man, you could see him and Sasha, you know, getting close and dancing. It was a really good song at the time, I remember. Congratulations to them, you know. All right, moving on. Politics and entertainment. Attorney Isaac Buchanan has been nominated by the People's National Party, PNP, as its candidate to contest the East Portland constituency in the upcoming general election, and the Vybz Kartel has announced his endorsement. Now, Vybz Kartel posted a video on his Instagram of him questioning Buchanan about his plans for Portland. Here's a clip.
Portland. People of Portland. And here, with a future member of Parliament, Isaac Buchanan. And the first question I want to ask him on Vybz Kartel TV is this. Mr. Buchanan, what do you plan to do for the people of Portland?
Education, economic growth, entertainment, and bringing back tourism to Portland. That's the first thing on the agenda.
I'm glad they bring up tourism because we all know Portland is one of the hidden gems in Jamaica. So, basically, you think more should be done about bringing in tourists back into Portland?
Yes, more than that. You have the Boston jerk, you have the Blue Lagoon, and you have just in general Portland is just got a port. So we want the ships coming in. We want to make sure that the people of Portland get access to the tourists so that they can get the money.
That makes sense.
Simple as that.
Makes sense. And you touch on the topic of education. Remember, one of my monikers is the teacher. So what kind of plan you have in terms of education?
I'm going to tell you this. I have a vision where every household is supposed to have lawyers and doctors. So we have to rid this mindset that we put people in call centers or because your father is a farmer, you must go to farming. Education is something we have to give access to education. The young people don't want to just stay in Portland. They want to be able to go to the United States, England, Canada, all over the world to study, and education is the vehicle for that. Not just radar cards and farm work programs, work and travel. That includes working while getting educated.
So I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, people.
All right, so that is Isaac Buchanan there explaining what he intends to do if he does, in fact, win the East of Portland constituency. Let's see what will happen in the upcoming general election.
It's going to be interesting.
Right. And some good points there for Portland. We know that Portland is still so in a lot of ways untouched, but in a lot of ways we kind of like it like that. I mean, it's such a beautiful, lush parish, but for young people there's still more that can be done. A lot of young people there. I was talking to someone the other night. He's from Portland, very young man, and he was saying that, there's nothing to do in Portland for young people. There are not many job opportunities there. You sort of have to get out of Portland to, see the world or see the other parishes. In a lot of ways to dream, because you want to see examples around you, yes? But there's a lot of industry there, and a lot can be done there with the natural resources and what they have. So let's see what our future holds. Well, that is it for the timeline today. Cliff, thank you.
Thank you very much, honey A. Tell us how you get there, honey B.
How did I get honeybee? Well, it's from my name, Honeika Brown. I just really sort of, mashed it together. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Honeybee. It flows.
It does flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yes, I'm a A girl, not a B girl.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I can't argue with you.
All right, that's where we're going to leave it. We want to say thanks to all of our callers today, our YouTubers, our WhatsAppers, and our tweeps. Thanks to our producer, Nurige Banton, and of course our technical operator, Sir Kevin Williams. Yes, thank you all so much. We're going to make way now for Oasis with Loy Gale. See you tomorrow morning at 10.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. And I stood.
You've just heard Cliff Hughes Online on Nationwide 90 FM. Join Cliff Monday to Thursdays between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. for Cliff Hughes Online.
Like a rock. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock.
That was a rebroadcast of Cliff Hughes Online from October 29, 2024.
Since 2016, 156,000 more Jamaicans are working. This is more than any other time in our history. Your government is caring for you.
The time brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister is
12:30.
The following Christmas safety tip is brought to you by the Firearm Licensing Authority. Has your licensed firearm been lost or stolen? Time is of the essence. Report the incident immediately to both the nearest police station and the Firearm Licensing Authority. Quick action can prevent your firearm from being used in illegal activities, and it also helps you to avoid penalties that could arise from the delay in reporting. Keeping the authorities informed is not only a legal obligation, but a critical safety measure. The preceding Christmas safety tip was brought to you by the Firearm Licensing Authority.
Are you ready for it?